Hello, my gorgeous group ones. Welcome to your reading. Thank you for joining me here today in today's reading. Today's reading is going to be, I'm saying reading too much, boy. Today's reading is going to be about your next date. So the last reading was about your next kiss. This one is your next date. Let's get into it and see what comes through. If you hear buses and cars and noises in the background, just bear with me in this reading, because the other room that I'm usually in, the heaters are on. So you're going to be hearing a hiss in the background for who knows how long. I prefer traffic than a hissing noise, you know? But either way, it's both annoying, right? So let's get into it. It's just school buses galore and children and cars. So your next date might be a little noisy, or it may be outside where you can hear and see and feel everything going on in the world, right? You know, sometimes you have a date in a restaurant where it's quiet, it's intimate, not as noisy. Maybe the most you'll hear is, you know, soft music in the background. This date could be getting a little noisy, right? Since I'm bringing it up, right? So let's get into the reading. I do want to shuffle a little bit more. Yeah, I'm hearing loud noises. It's going to be packed, maybe a little crowded. A lot going on. So I do want to start off by what will the vibes of the date be. I did want to start with who will it be with, but I feel like I do that every time and I get stuck on the person instead of getting into the message. So this time we're going to do who will it be with at the end, okay? Or what will you think of them? I should write that down before I forget it. Give me a second. So a lot of starting and stopping. There could be writing. Okay, so one more shuffle. I'm also hearing this date could have been delayed a lot. Like this could have been something or someone you've been mending. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. Please. Ugh. This could be someone you have been meaning to meet up with the longest time, but not love. Oh my gosh, guys, what's going on? Life was getting in the way. You had to keep rescheduling, something like that. Wow. So what will the vibes of their next date be, please, Spirit? Let's start off with that. Let's get into the vibes of the date. What will the next date, their vibes be? We have 10 of coins. I don't know how to pronounce that, so we're just going to keep it there and get some more cards. 10 of Pentacles always gives an energy of luxury, of abundance, of stability, of groundedness. It's also giving at home. So I don't know, if is this date at home and it's just noisy outside, and are you in your own little bubble? 10 of Pentacles does seem, it's always a card that gives crowded as well, because when we see the card in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, we see a mom, a pop, some kids, some grandparents, some dogs, a big house, right? So this may happen in a big palatial, spacious building. I'm hearing a promenade. That's very funny. I haven't heard that word in a long time. I used to see it a lot in Florida, but I don't see promenades that much in New York. So maybe it's going to be like an outside area. The promenade always gives me like by the mall and the food court of the mall where there's lights, and it's like very vibey. It's very aesthetic pleasing, and we all just sit there and chat and talk and have a good time. That's what promenade gives me. So that could definitely be what's going on this date. You're just sitting, talking, vibing. People are chatting around you, living life, shopping, stuff like that. Here we have the Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, 10 of Pentacles and Wheel of Fortune. Rich, huh? Let me stop. Very abundant, very luxurious date is coming through here with the Wheel of Fortune and the 10 of Coins. Okay, let's see what else comes through. What will the vibe of the date be like? Yeah, it's giving rich, please. So promenade does kind of give like fancy outside place. So this could be a fancy outside dinner. And then we have the Chariot card coming through. So I was going to say a trip. I was going to say it. Your next day could be a trip somewhere. You guys are traveling, or you're going somewhere where you're going to need a lot of money. Okay? There could be layovers. There could be... distraction, noise, construction, because I just can't seem to focus on the reading because of the noise going on outside. So there's something here about you trying to have a conversation, get to know each other, and it's just very chaotic, essentially, right? So we have the 10 of coins, we have the wheel of fortune, we have the chariot. So there could be movement, there could be a road trip, there's starts and stops, there's delays, there's something. So if you're going on a plane ride somewhere on a date, you're getting flued out, whatever it may be, there's a lot of delays in the trip. So you have to stop at this place for a little bit and then get back on the plane and go somewhere else. Or you're on a road trip and you're starting and stopping at a bunch of gas stations, stuff like that. And then there's noise and there's cars and there's I'm getting annoyed, guys, give me a second. Okay, so yes, there's gonna be a lot of chaos surrounding your next date, guys. Like, I don't know what it is, but I tried to move from the other room into this room, and if the heater comes on, then I guess the heater comes on. But as I was moving everything over here, my phone fell, like everything kind of fell out of my hands, and it's gonna be chaos. Yeah, and I had to move all the card decks from that room to this room. So moving from one place to the next. You're going to be moving, traveling, whatever, because travel is depicted in the chariot card, and the wheel of fortune is like major change. So I don't know what kind of date this is going to be. Maybe you're going to be like jogging, running, hiking, stuff like that. And you're going from point A to point B, or from point A to point B to point C, that kind of thing. Because when you do go on a hike, you have to go from point A to point B, right? And you have to go back from point B to point A. And I'm kind of out of breath now because all this running around that I was doing. So it's like, that's definitely what's going on, okay? So this is giving an active date, right? You're going to be getting moving. Or like I was saying, traveling somewhere. You're going to the airport. That's moving from your house to the airport. Then you're having to move all your stuff from checkpoint A to checkpoint B to checkpoint C. All this stuff is going to be going on during the day. So, and like I said, 10 of coins and wheel of fortune kind of gives like wealth and abundance and luxury. So I don't know what kind of date this is going to be. I'm hearing, if this is someone who may have money, for most of you, is giving like a yacht date, okay? Or like I said, you're being driven somewhere, or there's something here about just a bunch of like, oh my gosh, this is so crazy. What's going on? I don't really know what's going on in this date, you know? And I do believe it's because there's a lot of movement and noise and just a lot going on. So that's coming through immediately. So the vibes of the date is 10 of coins, which is like family. It's generational wealth. It's building blocks. It's something you have been putting a lot of time into. You know what this could be giving as well? For some of you, your next date, if you're someone who's been dating one person for a long time, this could be someone taking things to the next level and asking you to be their girlfriend or asking you to marry them. This is the kind of energy coming through. So your next date is going to be so chaotic and unexpected, but also full of luxury and wealth and just chaos and noise, because a lot of things are happening. And especially if it's like a big, if it's a big like hoopla, someone planned a lot of stuff. It's a lot of moving parts that you have to make sure come together just right. So that's the vibe that I'm getting for your next date. The vibes are immaculate, okay, but a little bit chaotic and surprising, and it's full of things you're not really expecting, right? So take that whatever way you want it to resonate as. If you're not someone who's been dating someone for a while or long enough to get engaged, that may not be for you, but that may be for somebody here, which is why it's like, oh my gosh, this person seems like a chicken with their head cut off, trying to make sure everything comes together perfectly, right? If this is a travel date, we're going to see someone, or you're getting flued out, or you're flying out to see someone for the first date, it's definitely giving a lot of delays, right? Things happening that you weren't expecting, your package getting lost, not even package, what am I saying? Like your suitcase and all that stuff getting lost. That's kind of what's coming through as well. And then for others of you where it's not a trip, it's just giving hiking, moving a lot of things from one place to the next. And the 10 of Pentacles always gives me someone's house. So this could be you traveling to go see someone at their house, and that's why it's taking so long. Maybe there's delays in traffic. Maybe there's a lot of like unforeseen unforeseen circumstances that makes you late, and now you're hurrying and running around, and you know what can even happen. You end up going to the wrong place, right? Or your Uber ends up taking you to the wrong address, and you have to kind of like find your way to the other destination before it's too late, you know, because I feel like I can't even like get my mind on it right now. It's kind of pissing me off. So things that are going to be popping up that you can't explain, that's going to get in the way of this date, and you're just going to be like, you know what, I'm ready to just go home at this point, because what is the problem here? I can't speak, my bags are late, like something happens, my bag ripped, my pants ripped, like what the heck is going on, you know? So this could be something that you guys have been planning for a long time, this date, but something happens during the date, unforeseen circumstances, which is Wheel of Fortune energy. Things you don't see coming that happen quick and fast that kind of make you upset and piss you off. It could be this person, could just be the date itself, could be the things happening around you, the people who talk too much and can't shut up. If it's a movie date, because movie does kind of give me homey at home date. So this could be a movie date, yeah, and you're watching a movie and people are talking and all that kind of BS, right? So take what resonates for you, but I think the vibes are great. I think this person has a good way. If you're the one that gets annoyed and out of sorts, this person has a way of like distracting you or grounding you. It's what I'm getting. So the 10 of Pentacles being the first energies coming out saying, hey, things are going to go fine. This person's going to keep you grounded when all these things are happening around us that may get us upset or aggravated or anxious. Everything's going to be fine, okay? So that's the first part of the reading. What will the vibes be? Chaotic, but well planned out, I think, on your person's part. It's just things that you didn't see coming are going to come and try to mess up this date, but I think everything's going to go well, right? And the cornucopia is definitely about having everything you need. This could be a food dinner date as well, because then even in Demeter, she has the bread, she has the corn, so it's eating. So yeah, it's giving on your way to the restaurant to meet this person. You're running late. You're kind of like, oh my gosh, can you go faster? You're screaming at the Uber driver, and then this car kind of cuts you off, and now you're cussing them out, and everything that could go wrong is going wrong. And it's just like, whoosah, right? And it took 12 minutes just to get that energy. I feel so ashamed of myself. Gosh. So the next part of the reading is what will you guys be doing? I think we kind of went over that. You see the cards acting up. Yeah, this date is going to be a little all over the place. I can't even lie right now. Cards acting up. This is just crazy. You know, see, you're going to be ready to just scrap the whole thing. Like, hey, this is not working out. I got to go. Because why is the camera acting up? Sit still. Okay. What will they be doing on this date, please, Spirit? Their next date. What will they be doing on this date? What will they be doing? Ooh. We have 7 of Wands. Sarteria? Never heard of her. Look at the cute little bunny. Oh my gosh, the bunny is so cute. Stop it. Oh, that is adorable. Okay, sorry. You could be fawning over someone, or someone's fawning over you on this date. We have the Page of Cups, 𝐓𝐈𝐌 or 𝐓𝐈𝐌. Page of Cups. Yeah, there's something here about someone's guard coming down. There could be something here about a garden. There could be something here about summer. There's something here about a sunset or a sunrise. There's something here about a glow, a halo. And I love how we have the 7 of Wands, but what we have going on with the card is the complete opposite of the 7 of Wands. This is like a very soft, beautiful, introspective card. It's definitely giving someone looking at you and catching your side profile and just staring at you like, oh, this person's really beautiful. But this is supposed to be about what you guys will be doing, right? So this person will definitely be fawning over you and like praising you because you look beautiful. Because even here, she looks quite like pretty and soft and feminine and girlish, you know? So there could be something here about that coming through. Chubby cheeks could be a thing as well, because her cheeks seem quite rosy in the Page of Cups, which is not that far off, because pages are definitely the more childlike of the court cards. And then we have the bunny here with the chubby cheeks, so cute. What will they be doing? The Seven of Wands is giving me like something active, right? Seven of Wands is supposed to be standing your ground, fighting back against people who are trying to overtake you, like on the defense mode. So it's like definitely something about running, jogging, hiking, boxing, stuff like that. It's going to be an active day, I feel like, for you guys. And then the Page of Cups is like trying something new and like coming into something with optimism, ready to see what happens, where things go, right? So excitement. So it's going to be a very exciting day. Like I keep hearing well planned out, especially the Ten of Pentacles. It takes a long time to get Ten of Pentacles. It's not an easy road. So the fact that we've got to the Ten of Pentacles means this person put a lot of time and energy and effort or thought into it. It took a lot of moving parts to get this one day to happen. Like I was saying before, maybe it's something you guys had to keep rescheduling, starting and stopping, right? That kind of thing. And now that it's finally happening, it's like, okay, great. But there could be something here about rushing, like I said before, too. Rushing, you're running late, that kind of thing. What will be happening on the date? We have Nine of Swords. Yes! What will they be doing? Like, I feel like the cards are taking the question too literally. What will you be doing? Stressing out. You're excited because you like this person. You have feelings for them, whether you guys have been talking before or you haven't been talking that much. You went on the date with this person, whether you've been talking for months, whatever. There's an excitement here of I'm ready and I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm ready. SpongeBob vibes, right? And then we have this Seven of Wands, which is being on your guard. And then we have the Nine of Swords, which is stress and anxiety and overthinking. So it's like, what will you be doing? There's something here about you feeling like out of your element. So if there's a date that you have never done before that includes like activity, right? There's something here about you being nervous. There's nervousness surrounding this. What will you be doing? I feel like. Can I get some more cards for what they will be doing? Interesting. I keep hearing that view of Portofino was on my mind when something, and I think you know why. And then she says something about I saw it's you. Sometimes it doesn't feel so glamorous to be me. And if I ever said goodbye, I cry my eyes violet, Elizabeth Taylor. But there was something here about a view of Portofino, Italy, and then she says something about, what the heck did she say? Don't piss me off. And you look at me like you're hypnotized. And I think I know why. Something like that. I'm trying to understand what she was saying in the song. But the song is Elizabeth Taylor by Taylor Swift. And I just keep hearing that view of Portofino was on my mind. And I think I know why. And then she says something about Anthony and whatever. Listen to the song and the lyrics. But if you guys are going to be traveling somewhere, you guys could be going to Italy or something like that. Like, you know what this is giving me? There was a influencer couple that went to... Where's the one where it's a bunch of vineyards and stuff? They traveled to the part of Italy where there's like, is it Florence? Probably Florence, Italy, where there's a bunch of like vineyards and, you know, fields and whatever. And I think they're like non-Caban or something like that. But they got engaged in Italy, Florence, like a few months ago. Has it been a few months already? I don't remember. It feels like it was just the other day, but you never know. But yeah, they got engaged in this like beautiful engagement. He was like just telling her to pack her bags, and she was like, what do I pack? I don't know what to pack. He's like, just pack your bags. And everyone in the comments was guessing, oh, he's gonna propose to you, because she said in the past video that she always wanted to travel somewhere, and he planned the trip there to take her to where she always wanted to travel, to propose to her. Gosh. So if there's somewhere that you've always wanted to go and you are in the stages of, you're more in the advanced stages of dating people right now, they're taking you somewhere you express you always wanted to go. And it's going to be a bunch of layovers, especially if it's somewhere far away, starting, stopping, luggage, travel, noise. Like, you know, trains aren't the most quiet, planes aren't the most quiet. public transportation period isn't quiet at all. So that can be where that noise and annoyance is coming from, but you're just happy to be there with your person. You're happy to be traveling with them, going somewhere new, that kind of energy. So it's giving new experiences and excitement. So what will you be doing? You'll be moving somewhere. You're going to be on your guard. You're going to be a little bit shy. You're going to be overthinking, like, did I do this? Did I do that? Did I turn my stove off? Did I lock the door before I left? You're going to be thinking about a lot of different things, you know? Anything else you could tell us about this state? What will they be doing? If the cards are taking it too literally, overthinking, excuse me, I want to know what literally you'll be doing. What will they be doing on this date, please, Spirit? What will they be doing on this date? We have 10 of Wands. Yeah, there's something here about, like, load, carrying a load. So this is going to be active, I feel like. I do. Like I said, for those of you where this date is still with someone new, you don't really know that well, it's going to be an active date where you're walking, carrying a lot of stuff. The 7 of Wands is fighting, so it could be, like I said, boxing. It could be bowling. It could be golf or sports, something sporty. We'll leave it at active. That's the best word to describe it, because everyone could be doing something different, but it's giving sporty spice, okay? You could be stressing out because I feel like active dates, if you're someone who's not that active, they could be quite stressful. Like, I can't imagine someone taking me on a date to, like, do something active and I'm just sitting there huffing and puffing, or, like, I don't look the way I want to look, or I'm competitive and I end up losing. There's just going to be a lot of things running through your mind, I feel like. And that's why I think this date is, like, stressing you out in some kind of way, because it's you getting out of your comfort zone and doing something you've never done before. This could even be something as simple as you going out to, like, a garden, because we have gardens coming through. We have nature coming through. Maybe some of you go to, like, a butterfly garden and you guys are scared of butterflies, so it's going to be a little stressful, you know, or you're scared of insects, bugs in general, and they're taking you to the outside. You're kind of like, what is this? A picnic is also coming through as well for some of you. Playing with animals, going to a zoo, a petting zoo is coming through as well. But 10 of Wands and the 9 of Swords and the 7 of Wands is talking something about stress. So you're going to be putting stress on your body, or, like, there's going to be mental stress. But 9 of Swords is mental stress. 10 of Wands is physical stress. So a little bit of both. It's going to be strenuous activity. Okay, let's move on and see what else is coming through for you guys. What is the next question? What will you think of this person during this date? Please, Spirit, what will they think of their person, my group ones? What will they think of their person? What will they think of their person? We have the Ace of Swords, chaos. Didn't I literally say there's going to be chaos here? Your person could be the one bringing all the chaos. It may not even be the date itself. It could be the person you're with. And I think that is very valid for lots of people, right? There could be a bunch of crash outs or attitudes or butting heads, or feeling like this person has you on the defense, because not every date that's coming through is going to be an amazing date. So this could be one that you don't like at all, and you think this person talks too much. Okay, let's see what comes through. Let me stop. But I gotta say what comes through. That's what I'm getting so far. The Ace of Swords is good communication. So this person is a good communicator, but they may communicate too much. They may be too loud, you know? What will my group ones think of their next date? What will they think of this person they're going on a date with, please, Spirit? We have the Page of Wands, Chimera. Okay, so we have Ace of... So this person says whatever comes to their mind. This person does not hold back at all. And I love how we have this contrast here from chaos to Chimera with Page of Wands. Can I get some more cards, please, Spirit? What will they think of their next date? We have the same card coming out again, Page of Cups. Wow. Maybe this person is going to be ghetto and invite you on a date with his friends, or their friends is going to be, you know, their friends are going to be around. And you're kind of like, is this even a date? Like, excuse me? I'm getting a small pinch of that for some of you. Because all these energies coming through, we have a Page of Wands and a Page of Cups for how you view them. So it's kind of like there's all these, like, factors, or there's a different aspects of their personality that kind of stick out to you during this date. So their optimism and their passion. Because I do believe Page of Cups gives me, like, hopeless, optimist kind of energy. where you're always ready to frolic and see the best in people. And the Page of Wands is someone who's always ready to talk and be friendly and open up themselves to people. And that's kind of tying it quite well with the Ace of Swords, which is an energy of always being open, honest, and clear about your intentions. So this person could be younger than you, and you think of them as like youthful and innocent and exuberant and that kind of thing. Especially because that energy was coming through earlier with the, look at the cute bunny with the cheeks, right? You could think this person is quite delicate as well. And now the song Delicate by Taylor Swift is coming through. So a lot of Taylor Swift vibes are coming through in this one reading. Maybe you're going to be going to a concert. That could also be quite strenuous and going from point A to point B and loud and traffic and cars. Because once you leave a concert, there's so much going on outside the concert venue. Everyone trying to get an Uber home, catch a train, catch a plane, catch a bus, whatever it may be. You know? So it could be a concert for some of you as well. Can I get one more card for what they think of the person they're going on a date with? Ooh, he's sexy. Hey, Big Papa. And he's the King of Pentacles. Of course he is. Hyperion. Interesting. This person could be quite manly or muscular, and it makes sense because this is like giving an active date. It's giving an activity. Some people go on food dates. Some people go on walking, strolling dates. Some people don't go on any dates. Let me stop. Don't mind me. It's giving you're moving and doing things. And this person's like showing up and showing out, right? Because this is a very fine specimen of man here. Very manly looking man. I love that for you guys, right? And this person, if they are someone who's very hyper and hyperactive with a lot of energy, they would be giving like childlike energy, but in a man's body, right? This is interesting. But just all this, I'm getting a lot of like testosterone on this date. I don't know if you're going to be going on a date with a man or a woman or whatever, but I'm getting lots of testosterone. You're going to be like a lot of physical exertion is what I'm getting here. And it's going to build upon the attraction you already feel for them. Because it's kind of like they're showing off for you. That's what I'm getting. You know, when like a little boy like finds out how to do a new trick and he's like so eager to show his mother, like, Mom, look what I can do. I can flip. And they're kind of like showing off. That's what I'm getting here. Showing off, competitive vibes, right? But the King of Pentacles, what you think of them? Yeah, they're very manly, but I do believe there's like a childlikeness to this person. Where you're kind of like, oh, this person's like so sweet, and they get so excited about certain things. Oh my gosh, like they're so hyperactive and they're bouncing from one thing to the next, and they're going from one subject to the next, and they're like, there's so many things they're passionate about in life. And I love that. That kind of energy is what I'm getting for this person. Especially because we were getting them being quite chatty with the Ace of Swords. So it's giving a chatty person who loves life, who loves experiencing things, who loves asking questions, who loves getting to know people, and they're very inquisitive. This person could be quite muscular. If you're here watching for feminine, they're quite feminine, because this is the card that keeps calling to me when I'm trying to tap into the feminine energy of what this date may be. If you're going on a date with a feminine, she's someone who's very pretty, very soft, like nice lips as well. This girl always gives me, I think, Emma Rossi. Is her name Emma? Emma Rossi? Rossum, whatever. But very delicate. I think if you're going out with a female, she's very delicate. If you're going out with a masculine, he's very masculine. Like I'm getting like domineering, towers over you, very muscular, like full beard, very hairy kind of person. They have a full beard, a full head of hair, like, you know, that kind of energy coming through. If they're feminine, like long, soft hair, plump lips, you know, white is coming through quite strongly. For others of you, if you're not overly feminine, you're like giving dark feminine vibes, but you still look quite feminine. Because just because you're wearing all black doesn't mean or doesn't take away from the fact that someone is very beautiful and pretty and feminine, right? So some of you could wear all black. Others of you are more light and more airy and more free and more like flowy dresses kind of energy. And then if you're coming through with as a man, or you're going out with a man, it's definitely giving very manly with an intense stare. Either way, pretty eyes is coming through for this person, period. Whoever you're going out with, they have nice eyes that kind of suck you in and draw you in. This person is also very sensual because the Pentacles energy tends to be quite sensual. And I do believe the King of Pentacles is Taurus energy. So this person could be a Taurus, a Capricorn, or a Virgo, because we have that coming through with the King of Pentacles. Or this person could be a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. I'm not getting strong water for this person at all. I'm getting strong fire and air. Earth. This person could have air in their chart as well, but I'm getting someone who's has a very strong presence. And I do believe people who have like fire signs and earth signs tend to have very strong presences. So you're going to think this person has a strong presence, right? So let's see what they think of you on this date. What does their person think of them, please, Spirit? Behave. Behave. They could think you're sassy and spunky. There could be something here about this, oh my gosh, about cold weather and them trying to keep you warm. Or you guys trying to keep each other warm. Your next day could be happening when it's cold outside and the car is acting up. Behave. Okay. What will their date think of them, please, Spirit? What will they think of my group ones? What will they think of my group ones? Okay, relax. They have a lot of thoughts. I think they like you a lot. This is a vibe that just came through, just hit me. Okay, so we have the Queen of Cups. So you are coming through with someone who is quite seductive, okay? When I think of water, I think of seduction, okay? And I think of it in like a very tantalizing, someone's like you're filling up their cup in some kind of way. You're giving them a lot of compliments or a lot of eye contact. Like you're stirring their gushy mushy feelings with the Queen of Cups, because you could be someone who's more soft, more delicate, more feminine, that kind of thing. We have the Two of Wands, Asclepius. Interesting. Asclepius. This name is familiar to me for some reason. This is associated with one of my dragons in my dragon path oracle cards. And I do believe Asclepius is like for medicine. I think it's for medicine. Now, I think like the staff with the snake going around it for medicine is associated with this guy right here. So this person could think that you're very healing. Queen of Cups is also very healing. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's confirmation right there. This person thinks you're very healing. Okay, and look at how dreamy she looks and soft and fierce as well. We have the Eight of Wands at Atalanta. You have quite a like forceful presence is what I'm getting as well. Like you're healing, but also like you both have strong presences. No wonder. Maybe there could be something here about you guys both having your guards up, because the Seven of Wands was, what would you guys be doing? Would you guys be trying to tear down the other person's wall? It's kind of giving me the Battle of Troy, is it called, with the Trojan horse, where they had to kind of go stealth mode to get into the Troy in order to win. So it's kind of like you're trying to sneak your way into their heart, and and they're trying to sneak their way into your heart. And it's kind of like there's like so much boundaries up. It's taking some time to get past like the barriers that's coming through here. And it could be like headaches, as I'm hearing you give me headaches from Drake and Josh. So it's not going to be easy what this person wants to do and you want to do it as well. So that's kind of what I'm getting. You guys are both quite stubborn. Oh my. You guys are both quite stubborn. It's going to take some finagling, some being very stealthy to get past these walls you guys both have up. But I do believe you guys are both up to the task because you guys like each other, right? This person has thoughts about you guys. We have the Nine of Wands, Bia. We have the Eight of Swords, a lot of eights. Medusa. Yeah, there's something here about you giving like very dark feminine energy, like I was saying. So maybe for the past reading, not the past reading, the past prompt that I was doing about what will you think of them, and I was saying somebody here is coming through as dark feminine, dark aesthetic, that could be you. Or if you're going out with someone who is emo and you want to date someone who's emo, then you guys are both coming through as darker, you know what I mean? But I'm getting like domineering, dark, but also soft energy coming through for you. So a little bit of both. but also healing nonetheless, right? So Bia, 9 of Wands, 8 of Swords, Medusa, and then this card we have here is the what? The Hermit, Hermes. So you're going through with someone who's a little bit more reserved, and I think that's what we were picking up on with the 7 of Wands. For what you guys will be doing, you're going to be trying your best to get past the defenses you guys both have up. This person could like your hair, or your hair is coming through as being very prominent, very big, dark, curly, because there's something here about her hair, his hair, the Hermit, and then of course Medusa. Now that I'm thinking about it, Medusa was known for her hair that turned you into stone, right? So there, yeah, there's something here about eye contact for you and for your person. The eye contact is coming through very heavily. It's showing up in their portion, or what you think of them and what they think of you. The eye contact is going to be really good. You guys both have really pretty eyes, and I feel like I keep touching my hair, so there's something here about your hair coming through for sure. But the Hermit, what they think of you, you're hard to read. I feel like they know there's a lot going on. You feel very deeply. That could be something you like express to them, or something they could just pick up on, but it's definitely giving it's going to take some time to get past the wall. You're someone who's very intelligent, someone who's very smart, someone who's very spiritual is what I'm getting as well. With Medusa coming through here, you could scare other people, but I don't get the vibe that you scare this person. Yeah, 9 of Wands, also another energy about being very stubborn. Like not backing down easy. And then you have the 8 of Wands, 8 of Wands, 9 of Wands. It's very funny. Back to back. You're very competitive, especially if you're doing something physically. That's what I was getting as well before, where you guys are both doing something physical and you want to win, but they also want to win, and they're also very athletic, but you're also athletic. And that was kind of like a battle of wills. That's kind of what I'm getting as well with the 7 of Wands, where someone's trying to win over the other person because you both are very competitive. So that's coming through. And you're not like letting them win. You're not like being dainty and giggly and like, oh, something. I think I'm hearing what they're used to. I think they're used to women backing down and being more girly and like giggling behind their hand. You're kind of like, nah, I came to win, buddy boy. So you're either going to give your all and you see, you know, or not. That's kind of what's coming through. Don't try to make me win. Don't try to take it easy on me. Give me your all. And that's about it. You know, that's what I'm getting here. So they think you're fierce, but also very feminine. So don't think they're looking at it like, oh my gosh, look at her. You know what I mean? No, they're liking this, this aggressive side to you. Okay, look at y'all. Okay, anything else I need to get when it comes to this date? Let's just start pulling cards now, because I don't know where this time went, but it's gone. Their next date, please, Spirit. We have north, south, east, and west. This is also talking about travel. Yeah, so you're going somewhere. But I mean, don't you have to travel? Okay. That's such a broad statement. You're going somewhere. Yeah, duh. Like, you're leaving your house and going somewhere, but I'm getting like you're traveling international, or on a plane, on a train, on something. This could be someone who you talk to and they live in a different city or a state, and it's going to be long distance, and it's going to take some travel to get there, at least like over an hour or so is what I'm getting. You know, some people live in the next town over an hour away. Some people live a little closer. I'm getting at least an hour of travel or more. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm getting. It's not someone who lives in the same city, or you're not going to be going on a date in the same city, even if you do live in the same city. Because literally me having to move from one room to the next should have been, like I said, enough to show that you're moving somewhere or going somewhere. And we have a tipping point. This date was a long time coming is what I'm hearing as well. So you're talking to someone long distance, and this is the first time we're going to be seeing each other, because you're going to see them, they're coming to see you, whatever the case may be. You're going to meet somewhere in the middle. That could be coming through as well. Portofino was on my mind, and I think you know why. One of you here could be Italian. We have the Pearl of Wisdom, and we have home. Others of you will be having a date with someone at their home, especially if you are going to travel to see them, and especially if you know this person already. If this is the first date, I do not recommend you going to nobody's house, okay? Do not go to that person's hizzy. Meet them outside somewhere. If you've been dating for some time now, you guys just end up, you guys just happen to live far away from each other, and you're going to see them and the date's at their house, cool. But I do believe even if it is at their house, they planned it out quite well, right? But yeah, if this is not a first date with this person, you're going to their crib. If this is a first date, you're doing something active, but there is like travel or like exertion that is involved. So y'all gonna be tired by the end of the night, one way or another. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get you, get you, get you, get you. And that song also does give me competition. Okay, what else we're gonna be pulling from? Like, why can't I hear the cars beeping from all the way over here? Definitely traffic coming through. So it's kind of like you're on your way to the airport to catch a plane and there's traffic, or you're on your way to the restaurant or on your way to their house. You're so giddy to see them. And look at that. You hear the police too. There's going to be so much noise. So much noise on this date. Wow. That just keeps coming on through, huh? Okay, so we have Apothecary Cabinet. Without practice, without befriending them, they are strangers in your path. So it's giving stranger. Stranger danger. My group one's next date, please. What's going on? Who will it be with? What do we need to know? We have pumpkin spice and apple cider. Nothing is more nostalgic than the joy of belonging in your presence. Aw, the joy of belonging. There's going to be a sense of belonging with this person. And it is giving at your house with a cup of coffee or something. Maybe your next date for others of you is going to be like a FaceTime call or a Zoom or something like that, where you're at your house on one side of the country and you set up your cute little, date thing. And they set up their cute little date thing. It's kind of giving me during the pandemic. There was like, was it Hinge who was trying to do that? One of these dating apps was trying to encourage people to like set up date nights at home. And I forget which dating app it was, but it was the cutest thing ever. Like, you just have your own little setup at home and they have their own little setup. And because we can't actively go and see each other during the pandemic, we have to do it over the phone. And it's like, still putting in effort though, right? Even though you might not see them in person. So pumpkin spice, and this is giving me, and she's like, drinking her coffee and staring outside, and it's so drab and gray. It's giving winter, so this day could happen during the winter. And I just took a sip of my hot cocoa, so that's definitely something that could be going on during this date. And Apothecary Cabinet, I don't know, there's something about this card that I can't quite figure out. So there is something here there's something about the date you can't quite figure out, But like I said, there's something here about you guys being strangers and trying to decipher the other person. Because it says without practice and without befriending them, you'll always be strangers. So it's like, Okay, let's get a few cards or one or two cards from here. And then it says energy, power, aura, and depletion. So you're going to be tired by the end of this date. It is giving you're going to be doing something active. And I love how we have like a flower theme that keeps coming through. It says, call your energy back to you. And I was saying there was something here about you guys both having a strong aura. So there's something here about you having a strong aura. They have a strong aura. And I think that's going to make for a really great date between the two of you. Especially if you're someone who's competitive and they're competitive. You're someone who's strong-minded and strong-willed, and so are they. It's kind of like someone meeting their own medicine. Someone meeting their own medicine. Meeting their match. That's funny. Getting a taste of their own medicine. That's the saying. There it is. I'm like, someone meeting their own medicine. That sounds interesting. someone getting a taste of their own medicine. Okay, yeah. But I do believe that in the end, instead of you being depleted by this date, you're going to be energized. That's kind of what I'm getting here as well. But I'm going to leave your reading here. I hope it resonated. I hope it wasn't too confusing or annoying. I know it was a little bit chaotic. I hope it resonated though. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. Hype the video. If you would ever want to book a personal reading, you could always do that using my email in the description box below. Some of you may say something without thinking, because I feel like the words are coming out of my mouth and I want to say one thing, but what's coming out is not what I wanted to say. So that's kind of something coming through as well. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 2s. Welcome to your reading. Thank you for joining me in today's reading. Today, we're going to be going over your next date. What will the vibes be like? What will you be doing? And what will you think of them? What will they think of you? All that good stuff in one reading. So it might be a little long. Buckle up, buttercup. Get comfortable. Grab a smizak, something. And let's dive into this, okay? I'm excited. So the last reading I did was your last kiss or your next kiss. And I wanted to see, or I wasn't sure if I wanted to do your next kiss, your next date. And I'm like, we'll just do next kiss now and do next date after, right? So let's see what comes through for you guys. What will the vibes of your next date be like, please, Spirit? Need one more shuffle. That was kind of ghetto. Ooh, who's this? Death, Thanatos. This man looks fine as heck. Please relax. Excuse me. That's that dangerous kind of fine. Please. And I love how when I think of Thanatos, I always think of Thantos from Twitches and how that man was so fine. But other than that was how he represented the darkness and Thanatos' death. That's funny. So this person could be hot as sin. And we have the Knight of Coins, Zephyros. This guy's kind of fine too. Okay, you can come out. So what will the vibes be? The Knight of Coins this is going to be a slow progression. It's going to be a slower date. It's not something that's going to be rushed. It's not something that's going to be like harried. It's not going to be something that's like forced. It's the kind of vibe that I'm getting. The Nine of Pentacles like to take their time. And that song is coming through, Rush by Leon Thomas. We have Six of Coins, Thea. Yeah, it's giving like catching up, you know? So this could be someone you've been dating for a long time. Knight of Coins could also represent that as well. But so far we had coins. So it's like a steady progression. It's not something that happened overnight. It's something you've been slowly building towards. That this could be a first date. This could be a 10th date. No matter the case, not the cause. No matter the case, it's giving something that's been slowly progressing with, you know, slow and sure strokes. It's not something that's was rushed into. It's not something that you're trying to force. It's something that's going to make a natural progression. And the Six of Coins is like that energy of giving and taking, giving and receiving. So you have been, the example I'm getting is if you guys live long distance, you've been coming to see them for a date. They've been coming to see you for a date. They've been paying for a date. You've been paying for a date. That kind of energy is coming through where it's kind of like we're both as invested as the other because we took our time building this connection. We didn't just jump right into it and expect sparks to fly and things to happen and, you know, the heavens to open up and angels to sing. We took a slow progression to this date. So the vibe will be slow and steady. This could be a date that takes like hours, all night is what I'm hearing as well. Every time I say that word, I just hear all night long. So it's going to be a date that's all night long. Take that however you want to take it. This could be all night long at a restaurant, going on a walk, going for a drive, just talking, or it could lead to a nightcap. The world may never know. But you're not in a rush for this date to be over. That's a good thing, at least, I feel like. Here we have Judgment. And then we have the Eight of Wands. And then we have the card that means fast pace. Like, excuse me, which is it? So maybe it starts off slow and like goes fast. The vibes of the date. But I do believe there's something here about you guys like equally being invested as the other person. No one that came on this date is more invested than the other. We're both here and we're both showing up and we're both talking, we're both asking questions, we're both interested, it's also what's coming through. Because sometimes on a date, when you're talking to someone or getting to know someone, someone is more engaged than the other. Someone is asking more questions than the other. And this date is giving you're both equally, like I said, invested and interested in building on this connection. And then we have the Eight of Wands. Maybe because the progression has been so slow, maybe you guys have been waiting to get physical and been going on a few days first to see how the vibe is or was going to be before you jumped into the bed together. I do believe the Eight of Wands is definitely giving a lot of passion out of nowhere. Or not even out of nowhere, but it's kind of like the buildup. The buildup has been building upping, right? And now it's time for the dam to burst. Okay, all that water has been gathering behind the dam. And now the dam is like, I'm ready to burst, child. And it is definitely giving delayed gratification. So lots of good night kisses, lots of flirting, lots of banter between, two phones, y'all texting back and forth on the daily. And then when you finally see each other you're like, we're waiting for the third date for things to pop off. The third date is finally here. This could be the third date, metaphorically, whatever, figuratively, if that makes better sense to you. If that makes better sense to you. It's kind of like the proverbial waiting for the third date to get freaky and frisky. So this could be your third date. It doesn't have to be your actual third date, but it's getting to the point where the dam finally bursts, y'all finally get it on and popping, right? But the energy here is like very slow. Judgment is also like, it can be an energy of things coming out of nowhere, but I do believe the Judgment is kind of like going with the flow, seeing where things take you. The Judgment card represents your inner calling. What is your soul telling you to do kind of energy. So it's kind of like you're going to be like moved to do something. It's kind of like moved to kindness, right? I'm hearing that part in Hamilton where he's kind of like, and the people around me who were moved to kindness by my story. They passed the plate around and got him to New York because they knew he was worth investing in. They knew that he was going to become someone. And they said, if we're going to invest or put our money into anyone, it's going to be Alexander Hamilton. He did them proud, right? So you have definitely been seeing that this person is worth it. They've been seeing that you're worth it. And it's kind of like, okay, where's this day going to go today? What's going to happen? Is this going to be the third date mark where things get on and popping, right? And then it might just be, right? Because then we have this at the end of this spread for the vibes of the date. We have things moving fast. So that's coming through. But yeah, it's giving cool, chill until it's not, okay? And also this Zephyros energy here, or the word, is making me think of Zephyr Hills. So there could be something here about hills. Zephyr Hills is like a water brand, or it used to be one. I don't even know if they're still around, but Zephyr Hills used to be the water of choice when I lived in Florida. In New York, it's Poland Springs, but in Florida, it was Zephyr Hills. So there could be something here about that coming through. You could be drinking that water, okay? But it's definitely like going with the flow and seeing where things take you, which we already said. So let's move on. What's the next prompt we're going to be getting into? What would you guys be doing on this date? Oh, that was fast. What will you guys be doing on this date, please? What will my group 2s be doing on this date? We have Page of Cups. Interesting. Maybe you're going to be on a picnic, going outside, taking things slow. I was getting an all night long, all day kind of feeling from this date. So it could be a date where you like start off by meeting for a brunch or lunch or a picnic. And the day takes you wherever the day may take you and you end up spending all day together. So what will my group 2s be doing on this date? Please, Spirit, what will they be doing on this date? We have 10 of Coins. Are some of you coming from group 1? Some of you could be coming from group 1. Interesting. We have the Page of Coins, the 5 of Wands, Ace of Wands, Queen of Swords, 7 of Swords. So what would you be doing on this date? You know what? I'll try to take all of these and see what comes out. So before we put all the rest of the cards down, We have Page of Cups, 10 of Coins, Page of Coins. And then we have the 5 of Wands. So something a little bit competitive could be coming through for you guys. That puts you guys in like your middle school, elementary school, where everything was a competition days. Like, how many marshmallows can you eat? Like, how many M&Ms can you catch with your mouth? Like, that kind of energy is what's coming through. Very playful vibes coming through for y'all. I'm hearing unserious, chill. Like, there's no urgency, but there's also no pressure. You're not trying to, like I said, force things to happen on this date, whether it be attraction, whether it be getting along, whether it be compatibility. You're not forcing these things. It could have been already established, which is why you're not forcing it, but it kind of seems like you know each other quite well and you're quite comfortable with each other, right? I had originally thought the 6 of Coins was the 6 of Cups at the beginning of the reading, so that could be something and why it feels that way. There's a natural progression of things or just a natural comfortability with this person. This date is kind of giving me taking place outside in the sunlight and you guys like watching the sunset together, that kind of thing. Because my eyes are kind of like throbbing a little bit as if I was staring directly at the sun. So it's kind of like when you have to like cover your eyes so the sun doesn't get in your eyes kind of thing, which would only happen if you're outside where the sun can catch you, right? There you go. So in a field, for some of you, on a picnic, drinking. Then we have the 10 of Pentacles, so dinner is coming through as well. Somebody getting all dressed up and gussied up to go to dinner. Page of Coins. This is like kind of giving me like a show, like a Broadway show, like an opera or something. The way this girl is posed and she's like emoting, the way she's emoting. So a lot of different activities. Like I said, this is a whole day thing. Picnic, then you go to the show, then you go for a walk, then you go to dinner, then you go to the dessert, then you take it back to their house, then you watch a movie, then you're cuddling, and then anything else could happen, right? But there's like, it's like a very low maintenance pressure date. Then we have the 5 of Wands, which could be something like an activity as well. I'm hearing archery specifically, archery, bowling, golfing, stuff like that. Things where, you know, you can competitive. You could like dare each other or bet each other on this specific date. And then we have the Ace of Wands, Hephaestus. What is supposed to be, what are you doing? Yeah, so active, something active or something creative. And I love how he's holding this, like, I don't know what he's holding, but he's holding something in his hand. And it's kind of like giving, what is that thing that we do? Axe throwing. That's what that's giving. Axe throwing. And I'm also getting a date where you kind of like break stuff or you throw paint at a canvas is also what I'm seeing. So that's coming through as well. And these could all be activities you do in the span of one day. Honestly, just take a rest days, or it could be 1 or 2 at least, right? I'm hearing paint and sip as well. That's coming through. You have the Queen of Swords, Circe. Very beautiful card. Like, I'm getting like Broadway show, dinner on a show vibes from this crew here. For a small bit of you, it is giving like active, and that's where group 1 would be coming through. So those of you who came from group 1, that's coming through again. But I'm mostly getting like dinner on a show, something where you have to dress up fancy and look cute. And then we have the 7 of Swords, the Arians. The Arians, I don't freaking know what these 3 ladies are. You know what this is giving me as well? Because we have 3 different people coming through. It's giving me you could have 3 different dates in one day, where you go to a coffee date and go see that person. Then you have a lunch date, you go see the next person, and then you have a dinner date. And that's what's coming through as well. You have a roster. Oh, I got a white boy on my roster. He be feeding me pasta and lobster. He was like, what you doing Tuesday? Can I do something and take you shopping? I said, dang, I'm a little busy. He said, yo, I'm in your city. Anyway, that song coming through. I'm getting fed pasta and lobster. Pretty interesting. But yeah, I'm getting like, this could definitely be multiple dates in one day. And if you did, good and kudos on you, right? You have a roast of people and you're dating multiple people at once. That's coming through as well. Okay. So you have a date Friday, then you have a date Saturday, then you have a date Sunday, and you're all seeing them like little different time spans, or like I said, the same day, you know? So that's what you could be doing. Which is why it's like taking so long. The vibe of the date is like you have to persevere and hang in there because you're seeing multiple people in one day. Or maybe you're going to be seeing your friends after the date, or maybe you tell your friends before the date, and it's going to be a long day because you're doing a lot or seeing a lot of people, okay? So next we're going to be getting into the, bruh, what would you think of them? Okay, please, Spirit, for my group, choose what will they think of their next date? What will they think of this person that they're going on a date with? What will they think of them? Ten of Cups. Ooh. And then the Page of Coins coming through again. What will my group twos think of the next person they go on a date with? Please, Spirit, what will they think of their person? We have the Queen of Coins, Rhea. Why do they have Angelina Jolie on a card? These people think they're slick. Whoever made this deck is not slick. They just took the likeness of these celebrities and put them on a card and sold them. Please, stop it. That is crookery. Tell me this don't look like Angelina Jolie. You can't, because it is her. Why are you doing all that? And this girl here kind of reminds me of Mariah the Scientist. This guy is scary. Who's Pontos? Don't piss me off. Why you gotta look like that for? Dark eyes and all that. This person gonna have dark eyes? Oh, please. What would you think of them? They could be a little scary, a little intimidating. Because I'm like, okay, sir, please, unhand me. Actually, you came out last, so you're gonna go to the back. Please, thank you. Go to the biggie back. Okay. So what would you think of them? They have dark eyes. We'll start off there, okay? This person can be a little bit like, I don't know, scary looking. Like you're kind of not even like, I feel like scary and intimidating are two different things. Like when someone scares me, they terrify me. It's because either they look that way or their energy has like an air of danger to it. You know what I mean? Oh, this person could be like, a little bit, they have an air of danger to them. Interesting. But what you think of them, what would you think of them is the Ten of Cups, which is the happily ever after card, complete emotional fulfillment card. You can't get any better than this card. You have all your cups filled card. So this person makes you happy, right? And I do believe, like I said, this is someone you have been actively dating already. So the next time you see them, the next day you go on, it's just you seeing them again. So you're just slipping into that comfortable energy you always get in whenever you're around this person is what I'm getting here, okay? Ten of Cups, there's a familiarity here. A kindred spirit, soulmate vibe. Then we have the Page of Coins. And I do believe there's an energy here of you looking up to this person. It could be because they're taller than you, or there's like a little twinge of like idealization coming through here with this reading. So it's kind of like, look at how she's staring up at this person. Like, can you even be real? There's something here about this person evoking some of that kind of emotion in you, where it's like, who is this person? What's going on here? Like stars in your eyes. Like girl crush vibes. You have a crush on someone. And it's because you can see that things are going smoothly and you want them to get a little bit better. You can kind of see the future with this person is what I'm getting. You see the potential in them. Because the Page of Coins doesn't get tongue-tied or star-eyed over anyone. This has to be someone they see longevity with for them to invest in anything at all. The Page of Coins isn't just throwing on her coin anywhere. She's going to a venture that will prove fruitful. And then she's investing in that venture. So this person that you're going to be going out with is someone who's worth investing in. Or else you wouldn't be looking at them with stars in your eyes or willing to kind of invest anything in them. Then we have the Queen of Coins. So this person is quite nurturing. This person kind of like, I'm hearing dotes on you. So this is the kind of person who's always asking you, are you okay? Do you need anything? Can I get you anything? Kind of energy. Always trying to make sure you're comfortable is what I'm getting from this Queen of Pentacles. Someone who's sure, stable, grounded, mature is the vibe coming through as well. This person could be a parent. I'm getting energy here of someone being empathic and knowing what someone wants, but without them having to ask. Kind of giving highly sensitive person. Don't mind me. I'm just sitting here. My hair is getting on my nerves. Like I'm getting a bunch of like little fairy knots in them, and I'm like, yeah, it's time for a trim, because no, the curls are not curling the way I need them to. Okay, back on track. And then we have the Ace of Cups. I don't know why it's Pontos, but we have the 10 of Cups and we have the Ace of Cups. Yeah, there's something here about this person, like you're in your feelings for them, and that's why I feel like this person is someone you have been dating for longer than at least three dates, or like I said, you're on the third date and you're contemplating, is it time to give up the goodies? My goodies, not my goodies. Like, is it time to give up the goods? I like them. I can see a future with them. I'm ready to put down a down payment on them kind of energy. So you think they're worth, like I said, investing in more ways than one, okay? So that's coming through. But the Ace of Cups and like I said, 10 of Cups are like basically the same energy of you having feelings for someone and falling for them. Maybe for those of you, you may have fallen already for this person. And that's something that's coming through. You know what? This girl here is actually giving me Charlie XCX in some kind of way. I don't know why. But she reminds me of her. So next we're going to get into how will they view you? Very juicy. So please, Spirit, how does their person view them on this date? How will their person view them on this date? How are they viewing them on this date? We have the Queen of Cups. This is the same exact card that came out in the same exact position for the same exact prompt, mind you, in group one. That's very crazy. So we do have some group ones coming over group two. Stop cross watching. Oof, what is that? And then we have 10 of Coins coming through again. So I love how you guys are both looking at each other as long-term potential, because for you, you're viewing them as 10 of Cups. For them, they're viewing you as 10 of Coins. So I love that. Are we taking all of these? These are only, I guess we'll take them. Wow, we have the Queen of Coins coming through here. So definitely someone, yeah, oh, I love this, actually. They think you're their emotional, like, safe haven, and you're also someone they can count on, like, physically. Like, to be there for them. You're dependable. This is so sweet, yes. And then we have the Queen of Wands. Guys, look. And look how she's biting the flower. This lady reminds me of Lily Reinhart with black hair. They are just stealing the likeness of these celebrities. I'm calling the police. Who do I call to complain about this? Who? Stop it. You guys are quite popular, I feel like, with men, women, whatever you date. You're quite popular with the ladies, you know? I'm hearing that part from Hamilton. But I was also hearing, who's calling my phone? Who's calling that? Who calling my phone? Who calling my phone? Who calling? Is it Stacy? Is it Keisha? Is it Becky? Is it something? It will a function. Let me stop. Would it cluck the function? What? Would it cluck the function? What? How I feel right now? I feel like I should be all alone. Come on, let me stop. I really can't stand that song, but it is catchy. I can't lie. But it's kind of giving that. Like, I do feel like this person's like, oh my gosh, man, I caught feelings, is what I'm getting here, because they're viewing you as such a positive and highlight. They're viewing you as almost every queen. Do we have the Queen of Swords? Do we have the Queen of Swords? Like you're nearly Empress level in their eyes, because here we have the Knight of Swords. Next is the Queen of Swords. After the Knight is the Queen. So you're almost at Queen, you know? So it's like giving Empress, which is, like I said, the final form, the final boss. That's marriage. That's wife. That's bae right there. If you're still just dating and not in a relationship. So this person's like slowly but surely looking at you in the light of, this is my forever person. This is really nice. I like this. You guys took your time. You guys were patient. Love is patient. Love is kind. And that was kind of coming full circle for you guys. And I love that. It's beautiful, okay? But let me get serious, right? We have the Queen of Cups, okay? Someone who's soft, someone who's very nurturing. The Queen of Cups is very much Pisces. Sorry, not Pisces, Cancer energy. It could be Pisces energy as well. It's the Cups. Cups is all water signs. But I do believe Queen of Cups is mostly Cancer energy, okay? So someone who takes care of others, someone who's like very attentive, someone who wants to make sure everyone is comfortable, someone who's very intuitive. You're very good at reading their emotions. That's one thing they figured out about you, that you're good at reading their emotions. Then we have the 10 of Coins. This is definitely giving, I can come home to this person every day. They make me feel safe and seen and cared for. Stop it, period. You can know how to cook very well if you're like in deep with this person. They're kind of like, yeah, this is my person. Like the way through a man's heart is through his stomach, they say. And this person's like, yeah, I want to come home and see what it would be like to eat dinner with her. So it is giving like this person is thinking more towards commitment and how they're viewing you. Like I'm about ready to commit if they haven't already. Okay? Which is why they can sit there and spend all day with you and not bat an eyelash and say, oh my gosh, I want to go home. No, I do want to spend more time with you. I never want to leave you. They're getting to that point of their feelings. I think both of you are. Okay? Then we have the Queen of Coins, okay? This is definitely someone who's like strong-willed, someone who's a teacher, someone who's a provider, you know, someone who has like all their ducks in a row, someone who can take care of themselves, right? I do believe the Queen of Pentacles is a great example of the mother. She gets up, she makes the food for the kids, she makes sure they get home, make sure they get to school safe. She comes back home. Yeah, she's giving the stay-at-home mom. The Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups to me give stay-at-home mom, but the Queen of Pentacles more than anything else because she is the queen of her like physical realm. She's like a boss babe. She's someone who's emotionally intelligent and evolved and mature. She's someone who has her ducks in a row, someone who's quite successful. They're seeing you as someone who's quite successful and abundant. Yeah. I love this. I love this energy. This person adores you, I feel like. And then we have the Queen of Wands. You're sexy. You're sitting there seducing them, especially if you guys haven't done anything like physical yet in terms of consummating the relationship. They're kind of like, I can't wait any longer. How much longer do I have to wait, right? That's kind of coming through here. Like you're just really seducing this person's everything. You're seducing their emotional into your emotions. Oh, excuse me. You're seducing their emotions. You're seducing their body. You're seducing their mind, their everything. And Queen of Wands is Psyche. And Psyche is the woman, the mortal woman who I made Eros fall in love with her. She was the closest, not even the closest. How can I describe what Psyche was? She was the only other woman who had men like coming, just traveling miles and miles and miles just to come and see her. To the point where Aphrodite was like, nah, Eros, go get her. And Eros was like, I got you, mom. And instead of getting her, he fell in love with her. So it's giving that kind of energy. This person's so close to falling in love with you. And it's because you're beautiful on the inside and on the outside, right? I'm hearing that beautiful girl song. Beautiful girls all over the world. I could be chasing, but my heart would be wasting. They got nothing on you, baby. The song is coming through. Nothing on you. Like, girl, why you biting this flower? Please. Yeah, you're doing all these little things to just turn them on. They're kind of like, literally, why are you biting that flower, man? What's up? Like, are you doing this on purpose now? What's up? What's the problem? Okay. Then we have the Hangman energy coming through here. So I do believe this person has been in an energy of contemplation, figuring out what they want, because they have been trying to hold back and hold themselves like back from falling in love. Who is this? Prometheus? The name sounds familiar. I don't really know much about him. Is he the person that created like fire or something? Is he the ones who like introduced humans to fire? I can't remember. But Prometheus is definitely an energy. Well, the hangman, I should say, is an energy of someone finally giving up the ghost, because the hangman came out like this, so it's in reverse. So now he's upright. He kind of knows what he's doing, has his head on right, and the way he's looking so longingly at us, I feel like it's like that's how this person's thinking of you. Like, dang, I've been got. I've been caught. I tried to fight it, but I can't. Okay? That is what's coming through here. I feel like they've been trying to hold it back all this time, maybe saying I love you, whatever, but they can't no more. Anywho, sorry, I'm getting distracted. This person is like, you distract them quite easily, I feel like. Okay, I don't know if you understand the power you have over them. Okay, but the Knight of Swords is Aries. I still don't understand why the Knight of Swords is Aries. That don't make no blasted sense to me. But I mean, I can understand it's like the card of impulsive behavior, of strategizing, of like being like not book smart, but knowing when to strike kind of energy. I do believe the Knight of Swords can be that, but I think maybe the Chariot energy would have been better for Aries, but you know, I didn't make the deck, so. But the Knight of Wands is definitely someone who's planning and plotting something, who's waiting for the perfect time to ask something, say something, do something, right? And I do believe Aries is quite good at that, because that is the god of like battle, strategy, and war. So if that god doesn't know when to like hold them, when to fold them, when to walk away, what god will, you know? This person could see you as someone who's very calculating as well. I'm trying to fix the damn cards. They look lopsided. Here we have the Four of Coins. Epiphron. And I love how these two cards have the same kind of color to them. The Four of Pentacles is definitely someone who is good at saving. And I love how he's like holding his chest. I do believe you're someone who keeps your cards close to your chest. That's usually depicted for me in the Seven of Swords. But I feel like it's also very well depicted in the Four of Pentacles. Because it's someone who is like literally like they have a hole in the front of their body, like someone like ripped apart their stomach and now all their organs are hanging out, and they're kind of like holding, or their chest is like, oh, you know what this is giving me? This person can kind of feel that you have almost fallen for them, if not already fallen for them, and they're kind of like, when is she gonna say something, or when are they gonna admit that they fell in love, or something like that, you know what I mean? Like, I wonder if they feel the same way, because they're so hard to read. They kind of keep everything close to the vest. They don't wear their heart on their sleeve in any way, shape, or form. You don't, you know? And that ties into the whole being calculated energy. Yeah, Four of Coins is definitely that vibe of, hey, I'm keeping everything a little too close to the chest. I can't tell you everything that's going on in my mind, in my head, in my body. This person may have to kind of always ask you how you're feeling, because you're not someone who's always going to tell them. And that could be like a self-preservation tactic, or it's just something about you not being used to just talking about your feelings with many people. So when you find someone who actually cares or actually wants to know, it's kind of like, oh, really? It's not something that you're used to, is essentially what I'm getting at. And it could be because people always want something from you. Because if we look at the card closer, we see all these hands coming out to try to grab him. And his arms are kind of like closed in front of his chest, where his heart would be. And he's like looking off, trying to ignore whatever's happening here. We have this hand over here, this hand over here. And then we have this hand and this hand. All these hands are trying to grab a hold of him. And he's kind of like, dodging. So you could be someone who's always been fighting feelings or falling in love with someone, and this person, like, I can feel that you're almost there. Just Felice, fall into my arms. I'm hearing Fall Into Me by Forest Black. Fall into me, and na 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 na, I'll dance in the street. Da da na 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 na, I'll give you my life. For now till forever, I'm falling in love with you over and over again. And that song coming through, Fall Into Me by Forest Black. That's kind of how they view you. And I spent too much time on this part. Sorry, guys. But you're someone who's very strong. I think you could be someone who's been through a lot of things. Because even in this card here, the Queen of Pentacles, I'm like, the Queen of Pentacles is not an energy of the, like, lion. But it's giving someone who's fierce, very protective of themselves and others, right? And it's kind of giving me how Angelina Jolie, after she left Brad Pitt and broke up with that dusty, crusty man, let me stop. Oh boy, how she like just wanted to protect her kids. She didn't care about nothing else besides protecting them children, right? Okay, so we've gone over everything essentially. What will the vibes be? Yeah. What will you be doing? How will you view them? Yes. How will they view you? Yes. Okay, let's pull some oracle cards and see what else comes through. Please, Spirit, can you clarify the messages that came through in this reading? What will their next day be like? Inner child. So doing things to heal your inner child. Yeah, shapeshifter. I mean, that would kind of make sense with all those queens you kept transforming into. And then we have the elements. And I feel like in this card, it's like representing everything. Because we have fire, we have water, we have air. And then we have earth. And look at how she's holding her chest once again. Yeah, this could be giving your person or you says like these words, I like you, I love you, whatever. And it kind of like warms up the other person. Or you affirm something for each other that kind of heals your inner child. Okay, please Spirit for my group 2s. Here we have feel the feels. Yeah, there's something here about feeling all the feels. Love that. Their next date, please Spirit, their next date. We have up in smoke. I'm trying to remember what this guy is. I think this is a djinn. Yeah, because we have the lamp there. So it's giving wish come true. I do believe this card, I've read for it before. It's something here about jinn are not good or bad. They just are. And that's why, I don't know what up in smoke is giving, but you know how up in smoke, how the genie came out of the smoke when Aladdin rubbed the apple, not the apple, sorry. Oh my gosh, not the apple. Rub the lamp in Aladdin, okay? And he kind of came out in a plume of smoke. That's kind of what I'm getting. But the specific summarization of this card in the book says something here about jinns not being good or bad. It's just really just depends how the energy manifests. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like I said, this date is not going to be good or bad. It just depends how someone takes something. Someone can say that I love you and it's the worst thing you ever heard in your life. Or someone can say I love you and you cry with joy and jump and leap with joy. It just depends. So the words or the date or the energy or whatever someone says wasn't meant to be taken in this kind of way. But it just depends how the person receives it, if that makes sense. Because the words I love you are meant to be like, you know, pure. But it just depends on the delivery of it sometimes. Who is saying it, how they really feel, if they're using it to manipulate or reassure or make someone feel good or just to express themselves. You know what I mean? So it's like this energy is not really good or not really negative. It could be anything. It's kind of like endless possibilities is kind of what I'm getting. I'm seeing a specific card in the energy oracle deck where it says adjacent possibilities. So a bunch of different stuff could happen. It just doesn't depend. It just depends. Gosh. Okay, I'm going to pull from this deck. What will their date be like? Please Spirit, their next date. We have maple tree. There is a change coming that is so big. It will shift all that exists. How beautiful. So there is change coming through here. And we have maple. So it's coming, it's giving, well, of course, maple. And then them talking about a change. It's giving the leaves changing in fall. I know we're in winter now. So fall could have been important for the connection, you know, especially if this is like your third or whatever date with this person or you've been dating or seeing or talking for a minute. It's kind of like your feelings have been building and now it's time for a change in the connection, whatever that change may be. But it says it's so big, it will shift all that exists. And can I get one more card, please, Spirit, for what their next date will be like? Asked for one, got two. So you're getting something more than what you asked for. And I think it's a good thing. It's a big positive shift. Here it says grieving. The chambers of your mourning are surrounded by nothingness, emptiness waiting to be seen. So yeah, there is something here about maybe you having to get over a past connection. And that could be why this person is so scared to like maybe say their feelings. Maybe they're getting over a past connection. Someone is getting over a past connection and they're scared of their feelings because, like I said, the jinn is not meant to be good or bad, but it just depends how it manifests, right? Let me read in the book for it. Where's did I leave it over there? Of course I did. Ugh. Okay, so I got the book and page 77. So the 77-7 could be important. It says, in Arabic folklore, jinn are shape-shifting beings who have incredible powers that enable them to either help or harm humans. They're said to take on many forms, including those of animals, humans, and even smoke, their bodies being made from fire. The jinn who appear in the Quran are depicted as having the ability to discern clearly between right and wrong. These supernatural beings also show up in the canonical 1001 Nights as sometimes vengeful and sometimes kind characters, granting wishes to those in need. When this card is drawn, you might find yourself at a crossroads of a tough decision. Sometimes there is no objective right or wrong, and you just have to make the choice that feels best for you. Call on a jinn, and they might grant you peace of mind. Since the jinn have an affinity with smoke, try lighting a candle or burning incense. So it is definitely giving this person or something about this date is on the precipice, because we have tipping point. Did it not come out for y'all? Or was it not, y'all? Maybe it wasn't. Tipping point came out for maybe group 1. But it's definitely giving you at a tipping point, and the connection is like we can either keep dating or what are we? That's when the conversation's coming up, right? The what are we? We've been dating for how many months, weeks, whatever now. What are we? What's happening? What comes next kind of energy. And it's like, it really just depends what is being said, what has been going on thus far. Like, and that's going to determine how things keep going moving forward, if that makes sense, or how things keep moving forward. Does that make sense? Maybe not. But it's giving that conversation could be coming up on this next date. Like, what are you looking for? What's going on? Are we going to keep doing this and dating? Are we exclusive? That kind of energy is definitely what I'm getting from this date. But this person could definitely be grieving a past connection. And it's like they have them having to decide if they're going to put themselves out there and fall in love again, or just completely ignore that and hurt someone, you know, that kind of thing. But a big change and a big shift is indicated on this next date. So, like I said, whether this is a first date or a third date or a 15th date, there's something here about the conversation of what are we, what's happening, where do we go from here kind of energy is coming through. And someone could still be grieving a past connection. They're like a little bit unsure and unclear. And that could be a breaking point, because it's like I'm not going to keep dating you when like nothing's going anywhere, you know? Now feelings are involved. Like I said, the way this person views you, they're dang near falling for you. And you're like, okay, what's up? What are we doing here? And they're kind of like, oh, you know, I don't know. Oh, if you don't know by now, I'm gone. Like, right? Because what is it? What's the name of that song? If this man don't love me by now, he ain't gonna never love you. If that boy don't love you by now, he will never, ever, never, ever love you. Never, ever by Sierra. She said if that boy don't love you by now, he never will. Like, what are you waiting for? Leave, run, you know? And then that question that's asked, that shift that comes is going to be a good shift or a bad shift, depending on what this person, I guess, the mindset they're in, what they're willing to, I guess, admit to, give up, do, whatever. Okay, I'm getting a headache now. So this person might just be stressed out, and you may be stressed out because they may be the one, like, not ultimating you, but they may be the one giving you an ultimatum, right? Here we have Fawn. Be curious, dear child, and explore the world within worlds. I love this. So there is going to be a lot of questions going on in this date. seeing what could happen. Like I said, this person's looking at you and you're dang near Empress status in their eyes. And now it's like, where do we go from here? What are we going to do? I'm falling. Do I want to fall? Do I want to have more? Do we want to go forward with this connection kind of energy? And now let's get some cards from this deck. 1 or 2 cards, please. What is going on in this connection, please, Spirit? We have emotion. Like I was saying, emotions are getting involved now. The questions are going to have to start getting more serious about what's going on here. So it says honoring the flow of all the emotions. It says alchemy, processing, sensitivity. And this card wants to keep coming out. And it says, please, sweet oblivion. It's okay. I don't know what I'm doing either. Yeah, that makes sense. Uncertainty, fate, and humor. This is kind of giving me how fate can be cruel and humorous at the same time. I'm getting an energy here of like a midnight summer's dream. I don't know why, but that just came blasting in with uncertainty, fate, and humor. I think that's kind of like the perfect summary of that dang play. You know what I mean? How one of them was in love with this person and this person was in love with that person, but the fairy came and made the other people in love with the wrong people, and then it was a ish show, child. It was crazy, and that's kind of what I'm getting. Oh no, the heater's coming on. Well, we're at the end of your reading. That's great. This is too bad for group 3, child. But yeah. There's something here about they don't know what they're doing, but they just know they're having a great time with you. But it may be getting to the point of, what are we doing now? Like, we can't just keep dating each other and not knowing where this is going. Don't piss me off. You know what I mean? But this person is still processing something. You guys are still processing, and you guys are still feeling all the feels. So I do believe if those of you who are dating this person and you want something more serious and they're kind of like, I'm not ready, it goes up in smoke and things go bye-bye. Others of you, they are willing to, let go or surrender to their emotions, things can go well, and you guys will be in your feels and, you know what I mean, on the way to having a connection or a long-term relationship. It just depends, okay? So take what resonates. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Lover, period. It says Aphrodite, passion, abundance. It is safe to surrender to the good feelings. How beautiful. It is safe to just run to the good feelings. So this person may be realizing that on this next date. Oh, you may just get yourself a little boyfriend or girlfriend or significant other. I love this. This is so cute. But yeah, their emotions are overtaking them, I feel like, with this person. Or yours, even. It doesn't even only have to be them. Someone may end up leaving this crying because it doesn't go the way they want it, or someone may be happy. It just depends. But yeah, I'm going to leave you reading here. I hope it resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always do so using my email in the description box below. Please feel free to hype the video if you can, okay? And I am now offering memberships on the channel. All you have to do is go to the description box and scroll all the way down to the timestamps, and right above the timestamps you will find the link that you can to join the channel. Okay, but that's all that I have for you guys. Yeah, hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading, and as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 3s. Welcome to your reading. Thank you for joining me in today's reading. We're going to be going over your next date today, okay? So we're going to get right into it. We're going to be going over what will the vibes be like, what will you guys be doing, what will you think of them, and what will they think of you? And then we're going to end off with some oracle cards to clarify whatever messages were coming through in the reading. So let's get right into it. This date could happen after a long period of not going on any dates, because I took a little break between the readings. Well, between group 2 and group 3. I needed a little break, okay? So you guys could have needed a break between 2 readings, or there's a long break between dates, if that makes sense. If you are actively dating. Okay, so please, for my group 1s, please spare, what will the vibes of this date be like? Don't piss me off. What will the vibes of this date be like? We have 8 of Cups. We have 8 of Coins. Who is he? Chiron? Oh my. I don't like that. We have the 8 of Cups, Charon and Chiron. Are they brothers? Are they brothers? Why does this seem like two cards, but it's just one? It's crazy. The way I'm looking at it in the camera looks like two decks. I mean, two decks. Two what? Let me stop. Two cards. Gosh, I can't. My mind is in the gutter, child. So we have Charon and Chiron. They must be brothers, child. And they both rule over eights. So 8 of Cups means walking away. And the 8 of Coins, Chiron, is like mastering something, spending a lot of time doing something. So the vibes on this date would be, it's like giving me going from one place to the next. So you may start off at a bar and then you get up and go to another bar, or you go and get some food after that, or you go from an arcade to the bar, or from dinner to the bar. It's giving me leaving and going somewhere else, because we have the 8 of Cups coming through. The 8 of Cups can also, traditionally mean walking away from something that's not good enough. So maybe you go to dinner and the food wasn't good, so you get up and go get some more food at another place, right? Or the drinks were horrible at the first joint, so you go to the next place, right? Or you meet and you're kind of like, hey, what do you want to do? And then you go and ask about the pricing at one establishment. You get there and the prices are bad. So you end up leaving and going and finding somewhere more affordable. Or you go to the movies and the seats are horrible and they stink and the service is bad. Yo, I can't take nothing seriously right now. Hold on. Let me get crazy. Let me stop getting crazy. Okay. Yeah, you go to a movie theater, the seats stink and the food is bad. You have to leave and go find something else to do, right? I do believe there's something here about, not liking the conditions and having to go find better conditions, find better ones, Okay. But yeah, the 8 of Coins, like I said, is an energy of like mastery, of perfecting something. You finally got to go on this date, and now you guys both want it to be perfect. So there can be like some stress around the situation where you want the date to, go off without a bang. Is that the saying? Go off with a bang, whatever. You know what I mean. I'm seeing 333 as well. So this date could be like very creative, something you've never done before, right? Or like I said, you want it to be perfect. So you're going to go you're checking out the reviews on all the restaurants to make sure they're good. Who is that? Why don't you see somebody's hand out the window? This is why I don't like nighttime, because you just see in people's house and I'm like, I don't want to see into nobody's house. People watching could be a thing as well. Okay, we have Page of Coins. Horme. What will the vibe of the date be like? Please spirit the vibe of the date for my group threes. We have Temperance, Artemis. Yeah, Temperance always gives me an energy of trying out different things until you find what you like or what works for you. So that's what's coming through here. Yeah, something here about one thing not being good enough, so you going and finding something that does work, right? Or this could literally, I guess, pertain to a person as well, where your date is not going well at all, so you leave and go find somebody else to do it. That could be something coming through too. I don't know what happened to my hand, but she's just breaking out. Ugh, so ghetto. Let me get some lotion. You know what? It might be those bracelets that I was wearing last week. Yeah, it was right on this hand. And it's coming out on this hand too. Yeah, what's those bracelets? Had me breaking out. My skin is sensitive. My skin don't like fake stuff, fake jewelry and all that. So I was wearing, but they said the bracelet wasn't fake. They didn't say that actually. I'm making up stuff. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. Boom. So the vibe of the date, I'm getting a smidgen of competition, of competitiveness coming through here. So trying to one up the other person could definitely be coming through in this reading. And now, of course, for your group, we have the heater going on in the back room. So that's going to be, in your reading as well. I apologize if you can hear it and it's annoying. Yeah, there could be something annoying about this date, the person you're on a date with. Okay, so the Page of Coins is like, I don't know. You see how energy is so weird? Because when this card came out earlier in another reading, it was giving me she was looking up in euphoria. Now that I'm looking at it, it looks like she's looking up in disgust at something. Does it not? Like she's like, oh, okay, that's how you do that. That's interesting. Like a little bit of judginess to her face. And that's not how it was giving earlier. It was giving someone who's watching a show and looking about the stage in awe. Now she's giving someone who's looking about the stage in disgust, right? So just take what resonates, y'all. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm getting. This could be a date with someone from your past, right? You know, this is also giving me, there's a specific meme of Rihanna, right? And I think she's at a basketball game with Chris Brown or something when they were still a thing, right? And she like looks over at him and like, and her face is kind of like, ew, like, you know what I mean? Or this is also kind of giving me that new girl who did a review of like a chicken and beans in whatever restaurant, and she was like, yuck. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm getting here. I don't know if that's the vibe of the date, the person you're with, who knows. But immediately what I was getting is someone who's unsatisfied with one thing and going and finding something else. You could be eating food at one restaurant. You're kind of like, what is this? And you have to go find food somewhere else, right? That's the kind of energy that I'm getting. Like, ugh, yuck, right? Okay. And Temperance is you having to keep going and finding different places until you find a place that satisfies you. So this could be an energy of the person you're going on a date with, or the place you're meeting up to go on a date with, right? Okay, so that's what we're getting here. I do want to pull maybe, what else can I pull from to get a little bit of a clarifier on these energies? What's the vibe of their date going to be like, please, Spirit? What is the vibe of their date? Here we have Three of Wands. Yeah, you're going on adventures. You're going on, this is an energy of discovery. So you're going from one place to the next and finding something that works for you. Okay. So I'm going to go on a limb, not even on the limb. I'm going to say that it's more so what you're eating and what you're drinking than the person you're with, right? Because the girl who was reviewing the food was reviewing food, right? Not a person. Can I get one more card, please, Spirit? What will the vibe of the date be like? So you're going to be on an adventure. It's kind of like two food reviewers going around the city and reviewing different food spots. That's the vibe that I'm getting. Okay, and then we have the Tower, Poseidon. Why do they have Poseidon as the Tower? Don't piss me off. I like Poseidon. There could be something here about rain, right? Maybe you were going to go to a date in the park or something like that and eat dinner at the park, but you couldn't because it got washed out, right? And you had to go elsewhere. So it's giving like, not matriculating, but matriculating. You're moving from one place to the next. I'm hearing we matriculate a lot from Twilight when Bella asked about the hats on the wall. And he's kind of like, it's a running joke in the family. They have to graduate high school a lot of times. So they have a bunch of hats that they made into like an artwork on the wall. Maybe you're going from one art gallery to the next. That could be something coming through as well. Museum to the next, you know? That could be what I'm getting. I'm getting someone holding hands and like walking by statues and paintings and like judging them, having conversations about them, that kind of thing. So yeah, you could be going on an active date or just walking around a lot on this date. Especially if it's like a museum or an amusement park or a carnival or a fair. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting, you know? Very fun, adventurous energy. Where you're trying out a bunch of different stuff. Cool. Okay, so that's the vibe of the date. And this is kind of, the Eight of Pentacles is kind of giving me trying to like win a bear for a date, you know, where you're trying to get the ring toss or the basketball or the what do you call it? Bean bags kind of thing, where you're trying to get something to get your date a bear or something. That's what the Eight of Pentacles is giving me. You have to lock in to make something happen, you know? So that's what I'm getting for the vibes of the date. Let's keep going and see what comes through for what would you be doing. I mean, that kind of came through already, but we'll see. So what will they be doing on the date, please, Spirit? What's going to be happening on this date? What's going on? What's happening? What is going on this date, please, Spirit? What's going to be happening? What are they going to be doing? We have Judgment. Ooh, see? It's giving judgy. Two people who are judgy, who's walking around judging people and things. That's quite interesting. Behavior styles, group 3. And here we have the Eight of Wands. This card just wants to keep coming out. Look at these big plump lips she has. And she has plump lips too. There can be something here about plump lips. Maybe having a lot of conversation. I'm getting you guys are giving my intellectuals. You're going to be having very intellectual conversation and debates. And we have Nine of Coins, Plutus or Plutus. whatever his name is, Plutus. And I love how we have a bunch of different color schemes coming through. So it's giving a bunch of different environments. I'm seeing, like, looking about the stars is coming through. Maybe you go to is it called a planetarium, where you're able to see the stars, or maybe you just go out and see the stars yourself. I'm seeing how in specific movies, when people are going on a date, the guy like has a pickup truck and he sets up the back of his pickup truck with blankets and pillows and snacks and whatever, and they kind of go out and like watch the stars, you know. That right there's a perfect date. Chef's kiss. I think you guys, the vibes around the date is the pressure to make it a perfect date is what I'm getting as well, which is why if the food isn't good, you're moving somewhere else, you're doing something else. Like there's a pressure on both your parts to make this a really good date, and that's what could be going on here. Whether it's so eager, you're both are so eager to say, oh, if we don't like this, let's go find something else, because you're dedicated, or you're dedicated to finding something that works for both of you. You want everyone to be happy in this case, right? Okay, that's what I'm getting. But what will you be doing? One more card. What will they be doing on the date? What's going to be happening? What's going on? Please, Spirit. We have the Two of Swords. Yeah, that's what I was getting with this indecision. Because there's a pressure to make sure everyone has a great time, or that you guys don't regret this. Here we have Ace of Cups, then we have Justice. Interesting. For what will you be doing? And Justice is like an energy of temperance as well, where you're going back and forth trying to make sure everyone is happy. This could be a group date, maybe. This could be a group date for some of you. But we have the Ace of Cups and we have Justice for what will you be doing? Falling in love. Yeah. There's an energy of that. And not expecting it. Falling in love, not expecting it. This is cute, I think. Fall in love on a first date. This is not even a first date. So let me not even say that. We're going to do a specific reading maybe in your next first date. But this could be any kind of date you're going to be going on. So let me not even put a label on it. You're falling in love on this date. I feel like you're falling deeper is what I'm getting as well. Judgment is kind of like when you have an epiphany moment, when you're awoken and you realize something. You know what I mean? It's a great epiphany. A great awakening. It's not just like Ace of Swords. Oh, I know the answer to this on the test. No, it's I know who I want to spend the rest of my life with kind of energy. That's what this is kind of giving me. You know what I mean? And there's a pressure, like I said before, to make this the most perfect date ever because you guys like each other so much. Yeah, it's giving someone putting in a lot of work. That's what the Eight of Pentacles means. Yes, exactly. Someone putting in a lot of work to make sure things go well because they want things to go well. They want to impress you or make you happy, or they want you to have a good time, period. Yeah, that's what I'm getting here. So this makes a lot of sense. Justice could also mean like a lot of indecision. So what you guys be doing, making a decision. And as we know, Libras are not the best at making decisions. Libras are not the best at making decisions. So that could be something that's coming through as well. Child, I need to trim this hair because the fairy knots are getting ridiculous. The split ends are not cute. The curls are not curling. And I just keep like playing in my hair and then getting towards the end and it's giving rough. Oh, please leave it alone. Okay, fix it, Jesus. See, there's always one group I can't with y'all. And it always seems to be group 3 where I just get distracted so easily. Okay, lock in. We're locking in, okay? So like I said, yeah, judgment is an energy of you finally waking up and saying, oh my gosh, wait, I finally found the person I'm going to spend the rest of my life with, or wow, I think I like this person, that kind of thing, you know? Interesting. And then we have the Eight of Wands. It happens fast. So maybe this could also be like an active date. What will you guys be doing? Something quite active, because we have Nine of Coins as well. It's definitely giving like eating. Maybe you're going to like a wine tasting energy. I'm getting charcuterie board vibes with Nine of Coins. Nine of Coins is like, I don't want to say luxurious because that's the only word I can come up with right now. But I know there's other words for Nine of Coins energy. It's kind of like how can I describe it? Oh, it's so annoying. I can't find the word right now. It was like a lavish 5-course meal at a fancy restaurant, and with the fancy tablecloths, and you have to dress a certain kind of way, and you know what I mean? There's like, it's suit and tie, and you can't wear sneakers, and that's the kind of energy coming through here. You know what I mean? Nice felt tablecloths, and fancy food, and lots of courses, and all this kind of stuff, and etiquette, and things of that nature is kind of what I'm getting. Charcuterie boards and dinner parties and stuff like that. That's kind of what I'm getting from this energy. Like, gluttony is the kind of vibe that I'm getting. Like, eating good food is what I just keep getting. Eating good food, having good wine, good conversation, good company is the energy coming through here, right? And I do believe Pentacles always gives me that kind of rich food, rich drink, rich flavors kind of thing. You know what I mean? I'm getting like is it a concierge or a maitre d' or a waiter who's coming over and pouring the wine in a fancy kind of way. That's what I'm kind of getting here for you guys. Absolutely. And then Justice is kind of Libra energy, and Libra is like, they're kind of fancy as well, and they like things that are like aesthetically pleasing. So that's also kind of tying into the going out to a museum or going to a dinner event. I'm hearing a charity ball, something like that, where you're escorting someone somewhere, right? What is this in the end over here? Two of Swords, Nemesis. Interesting. What will you be doing? Oh, we have Justice, and we have our eyes closed and up and down, and Libras are being indecisive. Then we have Two of Swords, indecision. Very interesting. Maybe some of you are going to be planning what you're doing the day of the date, or when you meet up, and you're kind of like, where do you want to go next? You're kind of like, I don't know, where do you want to go next? It's kind of like, I don't know, where do you want to go next? Nobody knows what to do. Because not just having two cards that kind of talk about indecision. Like, Justice isn't indecision, but the way it's coming through in this pic depicted here, it's giving me that. Usually Justice is fairness. It's like reason. It's logic. It's like basically you've been on trial for a long time, and the answer is coming through quite clear, where a verdict has been reached. That's the word I've been looking for. A verdict has been reached. So that's kind of what I feel like you guys will be doing. You're going to be deciding what you want to do on the date. It's kind of the vibe that's coming through here. And the verdict will be reached once you see each other, once you see how the vibes are going, how the night is going, right? Or something happens when you meet up. Judgment, catastrophe, whatever. Didn't we have a tower? Wait, didn't we have a tower for something? Yeah, it's catastrophe, strikes. And you have to figure out what you're going to do. Yeah, I didn't go over the tower well enough in the last reading. I'm glad I remembered. Yeah, tower is like, oh no, tragedy strikes. It rains on a date we were supposed to be having in the meadow. And you have to kind of like pivot really quickly during the date. Okay, what do you want to do now? And that's kind of what I'm getting as well. Yeah. So disruption is coming through. Tower card is disruptions. And that's what the vibe is giving. Yeah, so something goes haywire, or you have to kind of pivot or find something else to do or something like that is what's coming through. Okay, keep going. But the Ace of Cups here is stuff giving like feelings. I think there's going to be bonding going on here, where you guys bond over whatever's happening on the date, right? Interesting. So that is what will you be doing. Now we're going to get into what will you think of this date? What would you think of this person on this date? Please, Spirit, what will my group threes think of this person on this date? Like, my phone is saying it's about to die, so I gotta hurry up. There could be something here about having a rush. We have Queen of Coins, which is Queen of Pentacles. And then we have the Hermit. A lot of earth sign energy coming through. The Hermit is Virgo. The Queen of Pentacles, I think, is also Virgo. Or maybe Taurus energy. But I think Taurus is the King of Pentacles, so I don't know what the Queen of Pentacles is supposed to be, either Capricorn or Virgo. We have Page of Swords. The first time this has come through, Erebus, whatever his name is. Here we have the Sun, Helios. Ooh, period. Love that. Oh, this person thinks you're golden. Here we have Three of Coins, the Morai. Isn't this something in the... What is the name of the show? The Wheel of Time, I think is the name of the show on Prime. There's something here about something Morai Aes Sedai. Is that what they named that girl Morai? I don't know. That could be the name of a group or the name of someone in the show, but it doesn't matter. I think the Morai are the women who fight people. They're the women who have magic powers, I think. Anyway, doesn't matter. Or is it Morai Aes Sedai? I don't remember. But we don't have enough time for me to look it up right now because my phone's gonna die soon. So I'm trying to finish this, okay? So there could be something here about you guys being rushed on the date as well, right? Or someone's phone could die. That could be something that comes through as well. So we have the Hermit. So you're someone who's very private, someone who's very introspective, someone who's always on a learning curve. You're always someone who wants to learn more about certain things. But like I said, the Hermit card is someone who's more introspective. You're always finding ways to better yourself, better your life. And I do believe there's something here about you, like, inspiring this person to do the same, to look at things closer instead of look at things on a surface level. Like, why do I feel this way? Why do people act this way? Why do they do that? This person could be into psychology, you know, or you're into psychology and you kind of make them see things from a different light or a different perspective, right? Hangman, Hermes energy is definitely the information god. He's the one who sends messages. He's the fastest moving energy. He's Mercury, essentially. Mercury is the fastest moving planet. Mercury sends messages. Mercury is communication. Mercury is the World Wide Web. Mercury is all things like communication and sending out messages and stuff like that. He's the one who handles like the USPS system in Greek mythology. He is sending messages and getting things to everyone, and he is the only one who can travel to the underworld and come back unscathed, right? Because he has to pass the key in and out of it, right? Because I'm thinking of how in Percy Jackson, how they have to go find him to find one of his little, is it those ball things? No, that's what Hades gives Persephone to get out in and out. But there's like a door that Hermes uses to get in and out, right? Anyway, let me fix myself and move up more. But something here about you being a messenger, you having a lot of philosophies or a lot of thoughts, a lot of knowledge and a bunch of different things. Hermit card also representing Virgo. It's like a little bit of a perfectionist, right? You're just an eternal helper. There's something about that coming through. A teacher, a helper, a guider, something like that. There's something here about you being quite spiritual as well. Or this person being quite spiritual. Sorry. I was like, this person could be into psychology and this person could be into this. And then I started getting into you. Sorry. This is about your person. Yes, I'm getting distracted. So your person could be a Virgo, right? And your person's very analytical. Your person's very much like, I don't want to say preachy, but they could be a little preachy, right? They come off as a little bit of a know-it-all. It's kind of how that I'm getting as well. But there's someone who like has messages to give. They have a lot of knowledge about a lot of different things. And like I said, they could be into psychology. They could be into communication, astrology, even the planets, astronomy. This person could be into those things. And that's how you view them. As a good communicator too. They are very honest. They kind of tell like it is. How do you view them? Queen of Pentacles. Did I ask the right question when I put these cards out? Did I ask how you view them, right? Or did I ask how they view you? I think I asked how you view them. I'm confused now. I don't remember. You guys remember, okay? And I believe it was how you view them. So here we have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is an energy of someone who loves to take care of people, who is very accommodating. It's kind of giving gentlemanly if this is a masculine you're watching for. If it's a feminine, it's someone who's very accommodating towards making other people feel comfortable, you know? So for example, if you're going out with a masculine energy on this next date, he's walking you on the inside of the sidewalk. He's holding your hand. He's making sure you're safe. If you're cold, he's giving you a jacket. Very chivalrous kind of energy, you know what I mean? Because the Queen of Pentacles thrives in environments where she can take care of people, where she can teach people. So this person is giving kind of like a teacher energy, you know what I mean? Where they're kind of teaching you lessons you haven't learned before. Maybe this person forces you to be in your feminine because they're masculine, and that's something you're not used to because you're used to being forced to be in your masculine, dealing with these feminine men out here, you know? That's kind of what I'm getting here. So this person's kind of like giving you a different perspective, a different view on things. I am getting this person could be a bit bossy though, so that's something that's coming through as well. You may not like that. This person's very bossy. Or not even high and mighty, but like hoity-toity, I know this. You know, it's giving like, is it high society? Like someone who comes from like, they have like a very They have a very high view of themselves, is what I can say. They come from a good background. They have good education. They have a good job. Like, that's the vibe that I'm getting here, right? Then we have a Page of Swords, also more about communication. They're very good at communicating. I do believe this person likes good banter, back and forth, you know, teasing, that kind of thing. Telling jokes is kind of what I'm getting as well, right? This person could be funny, because one thing about Virgos, yeah, people be saying they're funny daddies and they're boring. No, Virgos are funny as heck. Coming from a Virgo myself. It also does depend on the placements you have in your chart, but Virgos are quite funny, in my opinion, in everyone's opinion. Thank you. If you haven't met a funny Virgo, that Virgo just didn't like you. I'm just going to say it out loud, forthright. And this person is very forthcoming as well. They're very honest, okay? Then we have the Sun. This person is very, I don't know, attractive, because the Sun is like a very attractive, bold, fiery, masculine kind of energy. That's what I was saying about this person forcing you to be in your feminine. They're forcing you to allow them to take care of you. They're forcing you to let them take out your chair. They're forcing you to, like, I don't know. They're not allowing you to make any decisions, because they plan everything on the date. It's kind of what's coming through. They're giving you a say, but they're like, okay, do you want burgers or chicken? And once you say what you want, they find out where to go next. But they allow you to have input, so they're not domineering, but it's giving, I don't gotta make any decisions when I'm around them kind of energy, okay? The Sun is also someone who's very warm. They can have a really deep laugh, okay? Someone with a warm skin tone. So whenever I think of Helios, I think of I'm trying to remember that man's name, but the Sun, the ruler of the Sun city in Akatar, I think his name is Helion or something. King Helion, whatever. But basically, or Fairy Helion, I don't freaking know, okay? It's been so long since I've read those books, I've forgotten the characters' names, or his name in particular. I remember Farah and Reese and all of them, but I can't remember. I think his name is Helion or whatever, I don't know. But yeah, giving me him, very loud, boisterous laugh, very warm. This person could be older as well, because the Queen of Coins gives a mature energy, so this person is very mature. And then the Sun card, we have a mature fellow in the Sun card as well, so mature. This person could be very stern, very no nonsense, and that's Earth sign vibes coming through as well. This person could be a Capricorn too. So you have Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, very no nonsense, very strict. It's strict over here, is what I just heard. And then we have the Three of Coins, which is someone who works well with others, or they're good with their money is what I'm hearing as well. A lot of coins. And then we have Major Arcana cards coming through. The Sun is Leo vibes, so this person could have Leo in their chart, but it's like very magnetic, very warm, very striking, very pretty, very attractive kind of energy. That's how you feel about them. But who is the Morai? But is it the Fates or is it the Morai? What's the difference? Is that their actual name? But the Fates is coming through in the Three of Coins, because they're the ones who decide when to cut your string and when you pass away, right? When you're unalive kind of energy. So this person's kind of giving like someone who's very powerful. Okay, now we're going to get into what they think of you. They have a very powerful presence. The way the Sun has a very powerful presence. This person's very loyal. They have a big heart. I just keep hearing a warm laugh as well. Okay. Bruh, don't piss me off. When you're trying to rush, that's when things go sideways. Okay. One more shuffle. That was a good ghetto shuffle. My group threes. How does their person view them on the stage? Please for how their person view them on the stage. What is this? The Three of Swords, Eros. Why is Eros the Three of Swords? Okay, let's see what else comes out. Eros is like someone who's supposed to be sexy. Eros represents love in the Greek mythology. So I don't know why we have heartbreak. Here we have the Sun. Oh, wait, stop. Interesting. So you guys are both giving people who are very magnetic. You guys could both be very attractive. So it's kind of like when you're together, you're giving golden couple. You're giving like, it's giving, like I said, up. I don't want to say uppity. What is the word? Like high society energy, where you come from good social standing. You have a good head on your shoulders, a good job. You speak well. They have a good head on their shoulders. They have a good job. They speak well. And together, you guys are kind of like giving very intimidating power couple, right? Because like I said, you guys are giving going to museums and going to fancy restaurants. And, you know, like that's the kind of energy I'm getting for you guys. So people kind of like can be a little intimidated because of you, around you. So you guys are like giving two peas in a pod kind of energy. You're giving heartbreaker vibes with this person. I do believe this person is crushing quite hard on you. On the date, they will be crushing quite hard. And it also depends what date this is. Date number 1, date number 5, date number 15, that kind of thing. They're crushing hard. So whether this is the first time you guys are meeting this person and going on a date with them, or the 15th time, they have feelings for you. Okay? Or a crush at least. Okay, please, Spirit, how will their person view them? We have the 6 of Swords, 𝐓𝐿𝐴. I don't know who this is. Isn't 𝐓𝐿𝐴 the lip brand? You can have nice lips. They can like your lips. 𝐓𝐿𝐴. Is that what they named their 𝐓𝐿𝐴 after? One of these gods and goddesses? Here we have King of Cups. Interesting. You're giving very masculine energy. Not saying it's a good or a bad thing, but that's an observation. Okay, please, Spirit, how will their person be viewing them? What card is this? And then the King of Swords. Wow. Okay. So yeah, you're giving like very masculine, very sure of yourself, very confident vibes. And I think this person finds that very attractive. You can have like long hair. You have like a very like, I don't know, tortured energy going on to you. Because this guy here looks quite tortured. Like he's going to war. Uranus is funny. And then we have 𝐓𝐿𝐴, whatever his name is. And he has like a very broody torture thing going on as well. So that's like your thing, broody. Ooh, funny. Okay, let's get into it because my phone, I'm scared she's gonna die on me. So we have the Sun so far, 3 of Swords, King of Swords, King of Cups, and then we have 6 of Swords, right? 6 of Swords is the healing energy because this is like someone who's like very self-assured, the way she's holding her arms out and it's covering this sun in the middle of her chest. And that's kind of like giving me solar plexus energy. You have a big heart as well. I believe you both have that in common. You have like a really snatched body because look at her. Her waist is wasting, period. Okay. So basically what I was saying about the sun with your person, the same thing is coming through for you. Your sun is very warm, very attractive. You can't be missed, honestly. You're very loyal, okay? And the thing about Leos is they're quite fun and silly and goofy because they're ruled by the 5th house and very romantic as well. Big hearts. They want to fall in love. They love praise. They love to be seen. They can dress really well, that kind of thing. There's a sense of royalty to them, which is why I love that I was getting golden couple for you guys because Leos are known as being the royalty, you know? Okay, and then the sun is also a luminary, so it shines the brightest in the sky. The things that we can see the most in the sky on Earth is the moon and the sun, and you guys are both coming through with the sun, so it's like nobody outshines the other. You guys are both like, I can't really look directly at you because you're so beautiful kind of energy. That could be a vibe coming through as well, which is why we have this heartbreaker energy coming through here. But your person, why are they scared of your heartbreaking ways when they're coming through as the sun as well? But look at these cards. Why are you not smiling? Group 3, what's wrong with you? Are you not happy? Are you not pleased? What's wrong? Because in this card here, brooding, bored. Look at this. You're just holding their heart in your hands. And you didn't shove 3 swords through it. Here we have the sun, stern, bored, uninterested. Then here we have okay, phone heard you. Then here we have the Ace of Cups. And he looks just downright scary. And it's kind of like he's pouring over the cup in his hands. Like, yeah, I don't like you. Let me stop. I can't. I'm sorry. Maybe you guys tell jokes. Maybe you're into dark humor, into dark subject matter. I don't know. But that's kind of what I'm getting here. Then we have the 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords is a card of healing, moving on. So maybe they think you're not interested in them, but they kind of have feelings for you. Then we have the King of Cups, which, yeah, someone who's like very in control of their emotions and how they're feeling at all times. I think it's hard for you to let your guard down around people because the King of Swords is someone who's very intelligent, teaching energy. And I love how I was getting teacher vibes for your person, and it's coming through as you for you as well. The King of Swords is my teaching card. The swords in general are my teachers, you know, and so is the Queen of Pentacles. But she's more so healing energy. But the fact that you're coming through as King of Swords and the King of Cups is someone who's deeply in touch with their intuition. Someone who is also quite healing, right? But also stoic. So this person's viewing you as someone who is hard to get to emotionally. So this could be in the way that you've been brokenhearted so many times that it's like hard for you to let people get close, or that you break other people's hearts before they can break yours, or you run before your heart can get broken is the kind of energy coming through here. So there's something here about you running, because Six of Swords is also an energy of you, someone leaving and going somewhere else, like moving on to like something that seems easy. So maybe you run away from things that are hard, or this person's viewing you as someone who is still healing from heartbreak in some kind of way. That could be something that's coming through as well. Okay? Which would make sense why you're so much in your masculine energy, because you don't want to get hurt again, right? So you're viewing them, or they're viewing you, sorry, I should say, as someone who's more masculine, because you're not trying to let your guard down at all to get your heart broken again. So you're coming off as someone who's bored, someone who's a little harsh, someone who's uninterested. And that could be how you truly feel or not, you know, who knows? But you're someone who's hard to read, period, with the King of Swords coming through here. The King of Swords is my card of, like, I don't know, completely can turn off their emotions at the blink of an eye. And the King of Cups and the King of Swords together is a lethal combination. It's kind of like, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? I don't know. So I think, like, for how you're viewing them, I do believe you're good at reading people, period. So you're reading them like a book, and they're kind of like, oh, how do I feel? Like, how do they feel about me? And they just don't know, you know? So your stone is very intelligent, though. Stone is very smart. You could, like, talk about the things you love and you're passionate about for hours. But when it comes to your emotions, it may, like, I don't know. You may keep a tight grip on them is what I'm getting as well. Okay. Anything else for how they're viewing you on this date? You're strict as well. We have Eight of Swords, Medusa. Yeah, there's something here about you keeping your guard up. Keeping your guard up because you're still healing. So you're coming through with someone who's guarded, but who knows how to have good conversation. Someone who's beautiful. Someone who's still magnetic even when you're not trying. That's what I'm getting as well. Maybe you kind of dissociate a little bit all the time, because we have him staring off into space. Him staring off into space. Him staring off into space. Him, he have no eyes. The sun is not even making direct eye contact. He's looking off to the side. So maybe you have a hard time with making direct eye contact, and that's why you may seem uninterested. But maybe you are. But it's just hard for you to keep direct eye contact. This is the only card that she's actually looking forward. And even then, it doesn't seem like she's looking at me. It looks like she's just looking forward, off into space somewhere. So the topics of conversation, so this is kind of giving me a connection where the intellectual conversation is amazing. The topics we talk about is great, but there's like an emotional disconnect somewhere where we haven't connected emotionally yet. We haven't had that, oh my gosh, I'm falling in love feeling yet, but it's giving, I'm interested in this person. We have interesting conversations. We have the same point of views. We're both giving stunning, accomplished, smart, scholarly, rich. But it's like, okay, we're still getting to know each other energy. So Ace of Cups is kind of like, I'm interested, I want to know more, but we haven't gotten deep yet, is what I'm getting as well. They haven't gotten to know you on a deeper level. So it's still all just surface level. Now let's pull these cards before the phone dies. Give me a second. Hopefully we make it. And I'm sorry if you hear the heater in the background. I don't know why. If you choose to make noise. For my group threes, please spirit their next date. Can we confirm any of the messages that came through? We have break free. Yeah, there's something here about like being in your shell and having to break free out of that. Here we have the siren song. Yeah, this is the attractive energy. Like this person's drawn to you, you're drawn to them. But like I said, as of right now, the connection could still be like new or fresh. And it hasn't gotten to that deep point where you're telling them your deepest, darkest secrets yet, right? But like I said, there is interest. There is interest. The interest has been piqued. And here we have side by side. I've been here all night, Ariana. I've been here all day, Nicki Minaj. I do believe, since we have a man coming through, or masculine energy coming through in this card here, I do feel like the masculine energy is the one who's more carefree in the connection. And I do believe that was coming through because they were easier to read than you are. When we were getting how you view them, they seemed to be easier to read than how, you know, when it was come time to read for your energy. Okay, please for their next date. Their next date. For my group threes, their next date. Can we get some confirming cards or some more information about their next date? This date could definitely be a rush. Could be a little bit rushed. But I think I said it already because I'm trying to... We have containing multitudes. Yeah, it takes more than just one date or a date in general to get to know you. And I think this person realizes that. And then we have good things come in threes. I love this because we have the Morai coming out before. And now we have good things come in threes. This could be your third date with this person as well. Or it may take the third date for your shell to come down a little bit more. And yeah, because you have to lay the foundation a little bit more. Side by side, as you guys have a way more in common than you don't. So if there's certain things you may not like about this person or find difficult to read about this person, I do believe that is being mirrored back to you because you are the same way for them. Is kind of what I'm getting as well. You guys are very similar, is basically what I want to say. Very similar. So maybe you guys are both untrustworthy. You don't let your guard down quite easily. And with each other, you guys found each other so that could happen. So you can break free, exactly. Yeah. And now we have two Ariana Grande songs coming through. This is the part where I say I don't wanna, I'm stronger than I've been before. Break free, and then we have Side by Side. That's hilarious. Maybe I'm gonna listen to Ariana on this date. Okay, let's get some cards from this deck here. Group three, the next date. What's gonna be happening on this next date? Please, Spirit, what's gonna be happening on this next date? That's two. That'll do. I guess that's three. Yeah, threes are important here. 3, 3, 3. Good things come in threes. Here we have foraging. Maybe like it's giving like going out and walking somewhere, having a good talk. There is no better feeling than having gone after what you desire. Aw. So even though there may be like some closed offness and, you know, not standoffishness, but a little coldness to you guys, it's kind of giving, like I said, Queen of Swords, King of Swords. It takes more than just compliments to get to the heart of them because they have a guard up. It's like, they're happy to be there. You guys are happy to be there with each other. Look at how they're happy and they're just side by side having a good old time. Maybe you guys are, I don't know, I'm getting a lot of talking, but maybe you guys, when the quiet moments are comfortable because you guys are kind of like more introspective. The phone's about to die, guys. I can already tell. We have elderberries. There it is. Knowing within bone. Allow it to guide you. That's beautiful. Knowing within bone. And then we have St. John's wort and marigold. Against your will, there will not be. No entrance, no welcoming, be gone. Stop it. Look at that banishing flower. Like, leave me alone, be gone. Like, you may try to run people off, but this person's like, nah, I want to get to know you. And they do the same thing. So it's giving you guys are going to have to compromise at least. Like, let somebody in. Okay? But they're happy to be there with you. They're happy they may have asked you out, that you guys took a chance on each other, whatever that may be. One more deck to come through. Can I get one more card or two more cards for my group threes, please, Spirit? What will their next date be like? What else can you tell us? What else can you tell us? But it's kind of giving if you don't want them to know something or they don't want you to know something, it's not going to happen. Because they said against your will, there will not be. No entrance, no welcoming, be gone. So if you don't want it to happen, it's not going to happen. So it's giving, hey, you want to have a nightcap? No, bye. Like, you know what I mean? You have strong boundaries. You and this person. You're more like than not, like I said earlier. And here we have the moon. Duality, hidden gems, secret power. What if your strangeness is actually your brilliance? And it's funny how I was mentioning the two luminaries, the sun and the moon, and we have the moon coming out here when you guys were both given the sun. Yeah, maybe you guys try to come off as more brooding and you know, moody than you actually are. But there is a duality here because we have that side by side right here. And then we have duality and a hidden gem and secret power. And then we have the alchemist, empowerment, pain, and sorceress. I want one more card from here. Okay, guys, so the reading cut off and I had to wait to come back, but here we are. And I hope you guys saw this card fly out before the camera, my phone cut off. But we had the moon and then we had the freaking sun. Like, I screamed. I don't know if you heard it, but I screamed because when this happens, it's just so, it's so good, okay? So we have the moon and it said duality, hidden gem, secret power. And remember, you guys both got the sun when it came to what did they think of you and what did you think of them during this date. And now we have the sun, be patient, it will come. Manifestation, power, 11 and 11. And I was going to say something about twin flames, soulmates, you were supposed to meet because you guys are so alike, because you're supposed to change each other in a positive way. But I'm like, I don't want to be pushing the twin flame narrative on my channel. But it's definitely giving you guys, or you met your match. It is definitely what's coming through. You met someone who can handle you. You met someone you can handle. And it's kind of like you met your match, essentially. So we have the sun and then we have the moon. I don't feel like I have to rush anymore. Now it's kind of like I could take my time because the phone is charged a little bit. And I just saw 111. So 11, 111 could be important. Okay. But it's definitely coming through as this next date is going to be with someone who you get along with quite well. Maybe it may seem like you're too alike, but I feel like it's because these things you're meant to, how can I say it in a way where it makes sense? These things are meant to act as a mirror to you guys to either change or to heal or to grow, right? Because if they're too emotionally closed off and so are you, but you guys want each other, how will that work? You're going to have to change or compromise in some kind of way, heal, grow in order for it to work, right? And here it says manifestation, power, 1111. There's something here about feelings, right? On this date, whether it's the first date or the 5th or the 7th, who knows? But there's something here about having to let these walls down or open up emotionally in order to get what you want, manifest, right? But both of you are quite powerful, both magnetic. It's giving golden couple vibes. It's giving that, like I said, you met your match. In a good way, in a negative way, who knows? But the conversation is conversationing, right? The vibes are vibing. You're feeling the vibes. They're feeling them. What's going to happen? The world may never know. Only you will and this person will. But I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. And I just saw 2, 3, 4 as well. So something is progressing and something will progress in this connection. Okay? I forgot where I left off. Join the tribe. Hype the video. If you want to book a reading with me, you could always do so using my email in the description box below. And I also have memberships now on the channel. Is that what they're called, right? Memberships. Feel free to join below you'll find the link in the description box right above the timestamps. It will be right there for you to find. But yeah, as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye. Mwah.